Talk to me. Played the horn of Lord and served other gods. Remember the days of old, we the lost tribes. They don't believe the Bible, they say a white man wrote it, but still celebrate them holidays from white men, don't they? Like Christmas and Thanksgiving appetites. I don't even see my closest family half the time. Going out ain't an option, I won't compromise. I got integrity and more heart than Valentine. I retweeted a book they sell on Amazon, owned by the same folks that told them to apologize. Remember slaves couldn't read, wasn't allowed, so it's meaning when I tell you I'm black and I'm proud. Murdered us with the sword, that's how we learned religion. Community standards violate my First Amendment. Discontinue from my heritage under these bastards. Life a bitch, they make up lies and give you public lashes. I understand they confused by who the devil is. Why my people get so mad when I tell them this? Valley of dry bones, my niggas skeletons. It's hectic out there, hope you checking on your relatives. Brotherhood, that's what my weapon is. And now I never let these crackers take it from me. Real talk, you probably never heard this all of your life. Be careful, cause that thing you love, it'll cost you your life. Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood. Long as we got each other, my nigga.
Yeah.
We build this shit.
Nigga, I done lost family, I done lost friends. Day one, niggas thought was riding to the end. Still showed up, put in that work. Hide behind a smile while I'm walking with this hearse. Some nights I felt alone, most nights I felt cold. Some nights I drove around, I ain't wanna go home. Nigga, I ain't never been, nah, I ain't never fold. Follow orders like a soldier doing what I'm told. Even when the council wasn't making any sense, I ain't never doubted, I just put it to the test. Days I was fucked up and down to my last cent. Reaching in my pockets, only coming up with lint. I'm talking even on the days that I couldn't pay my rent. I put it down for my brothers, ain't spared no expense. If I ever got bent, caused an offense, please forgive you, brother, Lord, that ain't what I meant. See that brotherhood a weapon, fight against deception. When something taken from you, then it's just a blessing. Shorty really loved me, gave me everything she got. And I'm sorry, baby girl, if I ever broke your heart. Man, mistakes that I made, don't know if they'll fade. Moving with a heavy heart, living with the pain. Take away the shame, wash away the stain. Praying to the Lord for the days that I was Cain. Sheesh.
Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood. Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood.
West till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he abdominal. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupon for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata, regatta. For the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. The showstopper, been this proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going, I'm off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when the heat's on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had a nigga spin like a tire, but down the deep, and I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because UP. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, it get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he abdominal. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupon for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler.
You know, that he was only sent to the lost sheep, the house of Israel. You understand? If you, this truth is only for blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Consider yourself special. That this truth is for you. When they
That's what it is. All right. Now we should see. Yeah, we should break it down. There we go. We should be up here now. All right, all right. What's going on, Israel? What's going on? Israel, what's going on? What's going on? There we go. All right, we'll give everybody a chance to get in here. And gave y'all time, maybe 3 people in here. What's going on? Y'all was showing break a thumb. All right. See, y'all need more time to get in here. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. That's what we got. All right. Y'all about Shemel Shabbat. All right. All right. Con. Feminism has run amok. I know y'all seen. I know y'all seen that Olympic Games fight where they had a full out man, a whole grown man boxing a woman. You understand? A man boxing a woman. Like this thing that gone all the way off the rails here in America. Like it's insane. There was a man at the Olympic Games boxing a woman, and he, of course, beat this woman down into the damn ground, and she lost at the Olympic Games. Like this is absolutely ridiculous. It's madness happening here in America. All right. I want to start off with questions to see who has questions. Anybody got questions in the room? Officer Yagadar, I got an answer to your question that you asked last week. You understand? I gave everybody time to get in here. Looks like everybody ain't even in here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 18. The question you had from last week, Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 18, when it talks about who were the four horns. And just like I thought, just exactly as I figured they were, the four horns that have scattered Israel. I'm gonna go to the scripture, but it says the four horns, Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 18. It says, "Then I lifted up mine eyes and saw, and behold, four horns." These four horns is representing countries, they're representing kingdoms. These are four kingdoms that have done something, entire nations that have done something. All right. And I said unto the angel that talked with me, this is the prophet Zechariah is talking, the angel is talking to him. He asking a question because he's getting a vision from the Lord. All right. Zechariah is a car. You understand? Zechariah. Zakar means to remember. You understand? That the Lord shall remember Israel. And I said unto the angel that talked with me, what be these? He's asking him a question, and he answered me, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, which was the so-called southern kingdom. But you got Judah, Benjamin, the so-called Negroes, Afro-Americans, the so-called West Indians, you understand, and the so-called Haitians, the Levites, you understand. Those three tribes together make up what was known as the Southern Kingdom, or known as Judah or the Jews. You understand? The Jews have always been so-called black people. It says they've scattered Judah. Israel was known as the so-called Northern Kingdom. That's why it says Judah, then Israel. It's known as the Northern Kingdom. The Northern Kingdom consisted of so-called Latinos. The head of the Northern Kingdom was Manasseh. The so-called Puerto Ricans, they were the head. They were the head of the Northern Kingdom, the head of the entire nation. Understand? All right, probably should cut that. All right, there we go. All right, and you have the Northern Kingdom consisted of so-called Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. You understand? All the natives today, Central America, the Caribs, the Arawaks. You understand? So-called Latinos, the Inca, the Aztec, the Maya. You understand? All the Seminole and Native American, North American Indian tribes. Those today would be what they would be known as today. They were the Northern Kingdom or Israel. All right. Even though all 12 tribes are Israelites, the Jews are Israelites as well, but we became two separate nations after King Solomon married heathen women and caused the nation to take on their gods and their customs, and the Lord swore he would take that away. Servants, that's when we became two separate nations, because of interracial marriage. You understand? So the Lord says, then he said, you got Judah has been scattered. We're separated everywhere. Of course, Israel has been scattered. Well, I just named that Jerusalem. Jerusalem was the last piece of our capital city of the nation. The nation, what was left over after the 78, after the northern kingdom had went into captivity under the Assyrians, and then they left and went over to this side of the world to a land known as Arsareth, where no people had lived before. That was known as this land or the Americas, or I say R-E, Salakia, R-S-A-S-A-R-E-T-H. All right. So you have that there, and then you have Jerusalem. That was what was left of our capital city. All of that has been destroyed. Heathen have lived in there ever since. They live in there now. That's why they're having these wars of Armageddon in World War III. All of that is pouring off. They're trying to get out of war in the Middle East. It was 20 years of war in Afghanistan and Iraq. They've been right back into Iraq. There's open warfare going on right now in Iraq with U.S. troops there getting bombed, fighting back and forth. In Syria, getting bombed, going back and forth in bases, getting bombed and blowed up. There's open warfare going on now with Israel and all their surrounding neighbors. A little bit later on, I'm going to pull up a map so you can see all of these lands there. To the brothers just joined, Yahweh Shem Shabbat Yahweh Shemal Athar Shem Yahweh Shai. What we got in here? Let me bring some of this up here. We got in here. That's right. Hit the like button. Hit the shares to subscribe. We got new material coming up. You understand? All right. Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shemal Athar Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Shalom, Hebrew. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Brakatham. All right. Shaw in the building. All right. Sister Shelly. Shalom, sis. Yahweh Shemal Athar Shem Yahweh Shai. Sister Imada. Yahweh Shemal Athar Shem Yahweh Shai. Sister Rahaya. You understand? Rahaya. Shem Shah Brakatham. Yahweh Shemal Athar Shem Yahweh Shai. We got Yagadar. Yahweh Shem Shah Brakatham. I was a Mataza Korah in here. Call Sapar in here. Shem Shah Brakatham. Sister Hadassah. Yahweh Shemal Athar Shem Yahweh Shai. The water, y'all joining us. Come in here. Y'all bring y'all questions, everything. Hit them likes. We're going to get it on. All right. So the four horns that have scattered Judah and Israel. You have the Babylonians. The Babylonians, that captivity, we went under ancient Babylon. That's where you get that Christmas from. The Christmas tree celebrating the death of Nimrod. That Babylonian Empire was during the time of Jeremiah. We were in there for a very long time. America has rebuilt the Babylonian Empire by bringing all nations and all races of people together. Of course, we know from the Tower of Babel at the very beginning of the Bible, in Genesis, the 10th chapter, God repopulated the earth with people. By the 11th chapter, everyone on the planet was deciding to build a tower to come up to fight against God. God changed everybody's language and pushed people to separate parts of the world so that everyone could no longer communicate and be one people. That has always been against God. He does not want all people to come together. That's why he forced everyone to speak a different language and moved them, just like I was saying there. All right. So that's what you got there. You got the Babylonian Empire. You have the Assyrian Empire. The Assyrian Empire would wipe out, you understand, they will wipe out your identity, move you out of your land and put somebody else there. You have the Medes and the Purs, that Medo-Persian Empire, which was, I believe, during the time of Esther. That's why we celebrate Purim every year, the time of Esther. That sister put her life on the line to save all of us because we had an evil king under the instruction of Haman, who was his advisor, a so-called Edomite that wanted to wipe all of us out. You understand, during that Medo-Persian Empire. All right. And then you also have the Greco-Roman Empire, which wiped out what was left of our city. They wiped out Israel in the 70 AD destruction. And of course, from the Greco-Roman Empire, you have all the Edomites, the Greeks, the Romans, the French, the Dutch, the Irish, the Spanish, Spain, Portuguese, you understand, France, Britain, England, all of them together. They came and divided us up. That's where you get your transatlantic slave trade. all of those things there. That's where you get all of those things. All right. Okay. So that answers your question. We're gonna go from there. Sister Raya had a question as well. And bring this up. Sister Raya said, Salakia, when looking at the 12 tribes, we have Ephraim, Manasseh. All right, you got Ephraim and Manasseh, but Genesis 30 and 24 named Dan and Joseph. Why are they, Dan and Joseph, not a part of the 12 tribes? Very good question. Very easy question. All right. So, all right, a very easy question. Dan, let's pull up Dan. All right. Dan had a problem with the tribe of Dan. The tribe of Dan is a very small tribe. All right. So let me get that. What you said? 30. I think he died in 49. Let me get that there. Genesis 30. Dan was a very small tribe. It was always a small tribe. If you look on the 12, if you look on the map of Israel, the land of Dan was always very small. Map of the 12. All right, let me see if I can pull that up so we can take a look at the map. What is this? Deuteronomy, move that out. All right. We'll pull the map up, see if we can make it bigger. Bear with me just a moment so you can see where the lands were situated. All right, I'm going to bring this up for you. Dan was a tribe that did not have enough sons to continue. You understand? The whole Bible is about who your father is. Who your father is extremely important. Dan did not have a lot of sons. And because the tribe of Dan did not have a lot of sons, the tribe of Dan was not big enough to be represented anymore. All right, I'm going to pull that scripture there. Just let me know if y'all can see that. Let me take a look. If y'all can see that map. Looks kind of small. Let me see if I can zoom in so y'all can see the map. Y'all give me a one. Let me know if y'all can see the map. All right. I'm asking for a one this week. All right. I'm asking for a one this time. Like last week, I know where the ones came from. Y'all said I asked most high Christ. All right. But the tribe of Dan has some land here, it looks like, and then Dan also has some land here. The tribe of Dan was a very small tribe. It's got plots of land in different places. It was very small, and Dan did not have enough sons to continue on as a full tribe. All right. So because that tribe was so small because of sons, once you have a daughter, the daughter is going to, she's going to marry and continue on the seed of her husband. She doesn't have an ability to continue the tribe. So now what's ended up happening is Dan is having all of these daughters and not having enough sons. Dan is having all of these daughters, doesn't have enough sons. The daughters are producing sons or the seed of the other tribes that the daughters are being married to. There isn't enough brothers left for Dan to be counted as a full tribe. You understand? So here is what happened. Your question was two parts. Let me see if I can get to the first scripture so we can get there. All right. That's correct. Ephraim and Manasseh are Joseph's sons. All right. Joseph was in Egypt. He had two sons. Ephraim was his youngest son, who are the so-called Puerto Ricans today, and Manasseh was his oldest son, who are the so-called Cubans today. All right. So you have Ephraim and Manasseh, which are Joseph's sons. Joseph is Jacob's son. That was his youngest son. Everybody knows about Joseph and the coat of many colors, his ability to interpret dreams. You understand, his brothers sold him into slavery to the Ishmaelites, who then sold him to Egypt, because Egypt was an entire empire built on slavery. You understand? Let me see if that make a difference. No, it doesn't. Bear with me just a moment. Let's see. Egypt was an entire empire built on slavery. So that's what ended up happening there. When it came time for Jacob to be about to die, you understand? It came time for Jacob towards the end of his life. All right. 30 and 6. I got you. The water for reposting. Okay, most high in Christ. I see the ones now. All right. When it come down to the end of that father's life, he's calling in his sons to let them know what blessing they're going to interpret. All right. What blessing they're going to interpret. I mean, what blessing they're going to inherit. He passed those things down. That's what's supposed to happen. You understand? The right way. All right. Gathered around. He's got all his family. He's going to tell them, what's going to befall them in the last days. He's giving them a final prophecy before he go. His life is coming to an end. Isaac did the same thing with Jacob and Esau. He said, I'm getting old. I don't know when I'm going to die. I'm going to die any day now. I'm old as hell. Let me call my sons in so we can get all of these final affairs straightened before I go. You understand? Which black people do not do because we Christian and black and Latinos. Mainly, we don't have anything as a people because we've been in captivity for hundreds of years. But we also believe in magic. You're going to go and float up in the sky and be with grandma and beat the tambourines and dance and sing for Jesus and Martin Luther King and Michael Jackson and all your homeboys and cousins and your uncles that died is going to be up there waiting for you. None of that, of course, is in the Bible. All of that is a lie. In reality, the affairs need to be put in order before you go. Christianity does not teach us about real life. That's why it's such a shock to everybody in the world when somebody dies. Nobody was planned. There's no arrangements for the funeral. Who gets what? Who gets the house? Who gets the car? Who's taking up the payments? Who's getting this? Where's the stash of money? Where's the jewelry? Who's getting that? Who's paying for this? Who's going to make sure the property taxes are taken care of so this house that me and your mother worked to pay off for 30 years doesn't end up falling in the hands of the goddamn state? And some white man flipping houses from out of town is going to come and buy this house that we spent raising this family up for pennies on the dollar because everybody thinks once you die, magic happens. Well, that's not our culture. We don't believe magic happens here. You understand? You get old, you got to prepare for these things. And that's what we did. Of course, we lived much longer. We didn't have the cancer, the AIDS, the murder, diabetes, the high blood pressure, the strokes. We didn't have any of these things killing us before we got to make it to an old age. But this was our custom to decide who does what. That's why today, Esau's legal system and department, they have something what's called a will and a testament. You understand? They have a last will and testament. Well, the father would go and say who's getting what. His will is going to be done because he's about to, right? That's our custom in the Bible. All right. So I can pull that if y'all need and give you those scriptures. Let me see. Here is what happened in actuality. I can go over this. This fits into what I was going to go over to as well in this Genesis, the 49th chapter, when he talks about what's going to happen to his sons once he's gone. All right. So this is right on your question, Sister Raya, there. Genesis chapter 49 and verse 1. It says, and Jacob called his sons and said, gather yourselves together that I may tell you what shall befall you in the last days. Saying everybody get together. I need to tell you what's going to happen. The Lord was giving him a prophecy of what's going to happen to his sons that will become an entire nation. That's why he's saying, gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. His name was changed to Israel. His name is Jacob. The angel changed his name to Israel, which means Yashar Allah, or a prince with power. Of course, everybody knows the story where Jacob wrestled with the angel all night, wouldn't let the angel go. The angel had to break his damn hip, knock his thigh bone out the socket for him to be let go because Jacob was strong as hell. You understand? So it says, let me see, I'm gonna get down to Dan so I can answer your question. Then I'll go back up and start with it. All right. Dan is down. We're going to go down to Genesis chapter 49 and verse 16. All right. It says, Dan shall judge. The word Dan or Don means judge. That's where you get Don Ya'ala from, or the prophet Daniel. Dan means judge. It says, Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. He's saying that Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes. Why is he saying as one of the tribes? Because Dan is already a tribe. Why is he saying Dan is going to judge as one of the tribes? Because the tribe of Dan will be assimilated into another tribe because they won't have enough sons to continue on their own. Just like I was explaining to you there, this is what Jacob told Dan what was going to happen. And then it gives some more about the tribe of Dan in verse 17. It says, Dan shall be a serpent by the way. It said a serpent by the way and an adder in the path. An adder is a poisonous snake. It's a small poisonous snake. And it's saying by the way, because if you saw it, you would not walk near it because you're afraid it's going to bite the hell out of you and poison you. Well, it says an adder in the path that biteth the horse heels. Is biting the heels of the horse. The horse is walking around trotting everywhere. He don't see it, like, damn, I done looked and something bit me in my ankle. You understand? So that his rider shall fall backward. The horse get bit to hell by a poisonous snake. You understand? The horse jump up and kick. Whoever's on the back of it gonna fall down, probably bust his head, break his shoulder. You understand? Or something. Hopefully you don't get too hurt, because you're gonna be, you're gonna feel something falling off a damn horse. So this is what it's saying. This is what it's saying there about Dan. All right, about the tribe of Dan. So now that was explaining one part of your question there. And Naya says, why are they Dan and not Dan and Joseph? All right, so we're gonna get to it. The tribe of Levi was the priest. The tribe of Levi did not have land that belonged to them. That's why we have the Feast of First Fruits. That's why we have the law in the Bible that you bring the best of your crops that you raise, you bring them to the Most High, and you bring them to the temple. They are holy unto the priest. When you bring your offerings for the peace offerings, for the sacrifice offering of bulls and goats to have your sins forgiven throughout the times in the old covenant, you would bring those sacrifices and the priests would eat them, because the priests don't have an inheritance of land that they work for. You are going to work and be the food and the supplying of whatever you give to the Lord goes to the priests. They're going to be dependent on you. So they don't have their own land. They don't have their own resources, and they were not counted as one of the 12. When you get to the book of Revelation, Levi is now counted as one of the 12 tribes. You understand? Levi is counted as one of the 12 because Dan is now being removed as a tribe by itself. All right? Because it doesn't have enough sons. Exactly what we were just reading there. All right? So I'm going to get this instant here. We're going to come back to this Genesis, the 49th chapter. Let's see what you got, 30 and 6. So Genesis chapter 30 and 6, it says, which was Sister Ra's question, it says, and Rachel said, the Most High, the power, have judged me, and have also heard my voice, and have given me a son. Therefore called his name Dan, or judged. All right. So now she got a boy. His name is Dan. Now we're going to go down to verse, let's see. What was that other question? You said 30 and 6 and 30 and 24. Let's go down to 24. All right. Is it 24? All right. Now verse 24. Fair son, God got taken away. Who? Rachel opened up her womb. Rachel was having trouble having babies. Them other sisters had no problem having babies. She conceived, she bare a son, and said, the Most High have taken away my reproach. And he should, and verse 24, and she called his name Joseph, or Yahweh, and said, the Lord shall add to me another son. Yahweh means the Lord shall add, or the Lord added. All right. And it come to pass You got Jacob, you got Joseph, all right? So she had another son. Joseph was her son, all right? So now you have Joseph. What happens with Joseph? Like I said, Joseph gets sold into slavery. His brothers, his own brothers, you understand, set a trap for him. They sell him into slavery to the Ishmaelites, just like I stated earlier. He goes into slavery in Egypt. While he's in Egypt, he's down in the prison. Pharaoh having dreams. He can't interpret the dreams. Joseph can interpret the dreams. Long story short, he ends up working for Pharaoh, becomes the second in charge of all of the land of Egypt, the vice president. You understand? Even though the Egyptians despised the children of Israel, they would not sit with us, they would not eat us. Right here in Genesis 37 and 28 is the story of what happened. Not the story, but this is around the area of what happened when they said when they conspired against Joseph. All right. And it says they took him and cast him into a pit. Genesis chapter 37 and verse 23. He was the youngest son. You know how it is when you get that youngest son, they probably getting away with a whole ton of stuff. You looking saying, damn, dad treating you special. They never treated me like this. They didn't treat none of us like this. You get away with everything. You can start to you understand, be against your own brother. If you don't watch for it, your children might start to resent each other because the baby might get more attention. The oldest sons and looking around, they ain't getting the attention they used to. And this baby here now getting all the love and attention, and he getting away with every damn thing. So they mad, they hate their brother, you understand? And they said, let's throw him into a pit. In verse 23, and it came to pass when Joseph was come unto his brethren that they stripped Joseph out of his coat, that coat of many colors, his coat of many colors that was on him. He loved that coat. The father blessed him with that coat. They took it from him, and they took him and cast him into a pit. They threw him in a damn pit, and the pit was empty and there was no water in it, because if the pit was full, he probably would have drowned and died. But there was nothing in there, and they dealt treacherously. They hated their brother. You understand? This is what happened when you hate your brother. That's why the Lord said, hate not thy brother in thine heart without a cause, because you'll end up devising evil things against your brother. Verse 25, it says, and they sat down to eat bread. They eating bread, they sitting down, they chilling, their brother in this pit, probably half alive, half dead. They didn't give a damn about him. You understand? And they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels, bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. They got a whole group of Ishmaelites, strong as hell. They got caravans throughout the desert, carrying goods, being traders. You understand? They also are notorious for trading people. The Africans did it. The Ishmaelites did it. They were notorious slavers. The transatlantic slave trade would not have worked without the Ishmaelites, or the so-called Arabs. You understand? Verse 26 says, and Judah said unto his brethren, what profit is it? What gain are we going to get out of it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? This won't do us no good. Come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites. They'd sell their own brother into captivity, and let not our hand be upon him. Don't let us hurt him or do anything evil, for he is our brother and our flesh. You understand? Like, he's so special to them, all of a sudden they threw him in a damn pit and going to conspire to tell dad that your son is dead. But now, he's our brother. Let's not kill him. Let's not unalive him. And his brethren were content. They said, all right, that's a good idea. Let's get rid of him. Sell him. And then they were passed by Midianites, merchantmen, and they drew and lifted Joseph out of the pit. They got him out of the pit because he down there. It would normally be water there, but there was no water. So they had to fish him out the pit. And sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver. And they brought Joseph to Egypt. Now Joseph is in captivity in Egypt. And Reuben returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes. You understand? He tore his clothes because Joseph wasn't there anymore. And he returned unto his brethren and said, the child is not. And I, whither shall I go? And they took Joseph's coat and they killed the goats and dipped the coat in the blood. And they took that coat of many colors and they brought it to their father and said, we have found. Now know now whether it be thy son's coat or not. He said, I don't know if this is our brother's coat or not. Look what happened. Some wild animal may have got him. You understand? That's what happened there. It was a very evil thing that they did. All right. Salakia, Salakia. Salakia, Salakia. Hold up, hold up. All right, we should be back. All right, the water, y'all. A little break there. All right. So they saying they don't know what happened to him. Somebody done got him. The boy gone. His coat. Oh damn, dad. They got a little brother. You know. Uh. That's what happened. So now this father thinks that his youngest son is gone. That was a terrible, terrible thing. Again, the Bible is not magic. It's not magic at all. Like this is the story, it's the present, past, and future of what our people actually did. Good, bad, right, wrong, indifference. This is what actually happened. All right. So that's the story of what happened. That's how Joseph ended up in Egypt. Of course, we know that Joseph went to Egypt and he was there. Let's go back so I can give you that more on that story. Give me this. Give me just a moment. Genesis 37. Where is it? My firstborn. Let me get back to it. The Midianites, merchant man. There we go. All right. So now Genesis chapter 50 and verse 22. It says Joseph dwelt in Egypt. He lived in Egypt now. He's raised in Egypt. He was a young boy. He was the baby son. He'd been living in Egypt. He and his father's house. At this time, everyone had come to move into Egypt. There was a famine in the land of Canaan. You understand? So we had to leave our land, which later the Hamites moved into the land of Canaan. That was the land that the Lord had given us. We had to go back to that land after because we had to leave our land because of the famine. That's how we ended up moving and living in Egypt. Once we got there, Joseph, our little brother, was second in charge of the whole country. That's how we got our own land in the land of Goshen, able to herd our sheep and our goats and get nice and strong and become millions and millions in our own side of the country in the kingdom of Egypt. We lived on the other side of the Nile. They lived on one side. You understand? We were segregated from them, but we were still in slavery under them because their society ruled over us. All right. And it says in verse 50, it says Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's house, and Joseph lived 110 years. He lived 110 years, and Joseph saw Ephraim's children of the third generation. The children also of Machir, the son of Manasseh, were brought up upon Joseph's knees. All of these things that happened. So let's get back because he had a son. All right, we're going to get to Joseph's sons. Ephraim and Manasseh are Joseph's sons. All of this is tied to your question here. Went up to bury his father in the land of Canaan. Did as they commanded. Jacob dies. That's why in verse 49 he's saying, listen, y'all, I'm getting old now. It ain't going to be too much longer. As a matter of fact, I think it was in the chapter that I was reading. Salaki, I was right in Genesis 49. That's what I needed. All right. So we going back to Genesis 49. I was right at first, Salaki. But all of this is right along the lines of how we want to do it. So it's telling about all the 12 tribes. Then you get down to the tribe of Joseph. Now we all together back in Egypt. The verse 30, the previous chapters, he gets sold into slavery. Now we back all together. He's in charge. Now in verse 49, the father Jacob, or Israel, as his name was changed, is about to give up the ghost. His spirit is about to leave. He's old. He's about to die. This is where we were a moment ago. It's talking about the tribe of Joseph. It says Joseph is a fruitful bow. Fruitful means has lots and lots of trees. That's why it says fruitful. You understand? The tribes that come from Joseph are Ephraim and Manasseh. So-called Puerto Ricans are known for having lots and lots of children. You know, all the tribes were known for that, but Ephraim specifically, in particularly, is known for having lots of children. And it says a fruitful bow. A bow is the branches of a tree. A fruitful bow by a well. It's saying a bow by a well or a tree by a well, because a tree that's planted near a well gets lots of water. And that water will be able to nourish that tree so the tree can get stronger and bigger and grow more and more leaves and branches and be well fed. That's talking about the tribe of Joseph, which would later become Ephraim and Manasseh, because Joseph is their father. All right. Whose branches run over the wall. Their branches run over the wall for what reason? Their branches run over the wall because they're able to blend in and mix amongst so many people. The tribe of Ephraim and Manasseh come in different shades, different colors. The scriptures prophesy that Ephraim is a cake not turned. You understand? And what that means is when you see the tribe of Ephraim, you have brothers that are extremely dark skinned in different shades and extremely light skinned, different colors. All the tribe of Ephraim is known for that, very prevalent. You understand? That's why we don't go by skin color. That doesn't mean anything to us here at all. It's about who your father is, the seed of your fathers. You understand? All right. Everybody, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit them thumbs up. All right. Okay. So now where we at? Salaki. All right. What chapter is this? It's 49. Okay. So now he's explaining what's happening. Ephraim is also one of the tribes that is able to pass for being a so-called oppressor or a white man, because and Manasseh as well. Lots of Manassites and Ephraimites are able to go and make inroads into Esau's world in a lot of different places because of their skin color. They're able to blend in and assume and even make many people think that they are so-called Caucasians or Edomites or so-called white people. You understand? Ephraim has always been able to do that because, unlike all of the rest of our tribes, which we all come in different shades, Ephraim is known for being able to do that. Can't tell who's a Puerto Rican, a so-called Puerto Rican, you understand, or a so-called Cuban, unless you really go to ask them and they have some knowledge and information about their history. You can't tell but just by looking at them. You understand? At this point, you can't really tell by looking at any of the tribes. But even back then, that was also with Ephraim, and you understand. All right. Give me just a moment. Let me check something real quick. Y'all bear with me just a moment. All right. All right. So that's what's going on with Ephraim and Manasseh. We're going to get some more on that. All right. So, like it, y'all. Okay. You at your slavery. All right. No sweat, brother. No sweat. All right. So, we're going to get down to Ephraim and Manasseh. I'm trying to get to Ephraim and Manasseh because the children were very small. They were very small. They were very little. You understand? And the Lord wanted it done this way. This is something that the Lord wanted done. I think it's in the 33rd chapter, because this is when he's about to die. This is in the 33rd chapter. Give me a second. Manessach. Manasseh, when they're first mentioned, uh, let's see, Ephraim, Ephrm. Ephraim, Genesis. Bear with me just a book. Sons of children. Ephraim's children. Bear with me just a moment. I'm trying to find it for you. When they first, Joseph, I didn't say Joseph, I said Ephraim. Search ain't worth a damn. Bear with me just a moment. Here we go, 48. I didn't even check it. That's why we need the book sometimes. All right, so select it. Okay. This is what happened with Ephraim and Manasseh. All right. Ephraim, we in Genesis chapter 48 and verse 17. This is when they reunited back together. All right, let me see. When my fathers, Abraham, fed me, stretched forth his hand, and Ephraim head when he was younger, guiding his hand unwillingly. Let me see. Bear with me just a moment. Not seeing, he brought them. These are my sons. Okay, so they're being reunited in this 48th chapter. Genesis chapter 48. As for me, Padan, recall, died by me in the land of Canaan. That's verse 7. And Ephrath, the same as Bethlehem. Verse 8. And Israel beheld Joseph's sons, and he said, "Who are these?" They said, "Who these little children here?" And Joseph said unto his father, "These are my sons, whom the Most High have given me in this place." And he said, "Bring them to me, I pray thee. Bring them here. Bring me them boys, man. Bring me them sons unto me, and I will bless them." He said he gonna bless them. Now the eyes of Israel were dim for his age. And this is the same thing that happened with Isaac and with Rebekah, with Isaac and Jacob and Esau. You understand? Like the Lord has a way of doing these things. And the eyes of Israel were dim for age. His eyes is going bad because he old, so that he could not see. So he's squinting, he trying to see. He never met these boys before, and he brought them near unto him. And he saluted them. He kissed them and embraced them. And Israel said unto Joseph, "I had not thought to see thy face. And lo, the Most High have showed me also thy seed." He said, "I never thought I would see you again, my son. And the Lord then showed me your children as well." Like he was glad, you understand? Because all of the rest of his life, since they sold their little brother, he thought that his youngest son was gone, man. He thought his youngest son had been dead for many years. He'd been in Egypt for a long time. And Joseph, verse 12, and Joseph brought them out from between his knees. You know, the little kids, little tiny kids, little babies, little toddlers or something. They don't know what's going on. They halfway nervous. They hugged up underneath your legs, walking all up underneath of your feet, under your legs. That's why I said he brought them from beneath his knees, so that they said, "This your granddaddy. Going over there to talk to your granddaddy." They don't know who the hell this is. So he got to take them over there. So that's what it's saying. All right. And Joseph brought them out from between his knees, and he bowed himself with his face to the earth. He bowing himself. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim in his right hand toward Israel's left hand, and Manasseh in his left hand towards Israel's right hand, and brought them near to him. It says with his face to the earth, he getting low with his face to the earth, Why? Because he got these tiny little kids down there. They little as hell. He got to go down there where they are. They already cleaned up underneath his legs. He's trying to get them to take them over there to see their granddad. All right. So he got them in his left, moving him over here, and his right, moving him over here. He bringing them forth. And Israel stretched out his hand. He reaching, he old, he can't see. He trying to hug his grandson and get him, and laid his hand upon Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left upon Manasseh's head, guiding his hands unwittingly, for Manasseh was the firstborn. The firstborn supposed to get the blessing. So instead of him just blessing them regular like this, he ended up doing this. You understand? He ended up moving his hands crossway. You understand? And he blessed Joseph and said, the Most High, before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac did walk, the power which fed me all my life long unto this day, the angel which redeemed me from evil, bless these lads. He's saying a prayer to bless these young brothers, these young sons of his grandsons, and let my name be on them. Why is he saying let my name be on them? He's saying bless these sons. He's praying before the Most High. Bless these two boys and let these two sons be as though they are my two sons. Even though these are his grandchildren, these are his sons' sons, he's praying to the Lord, let these two boys be as though they are my sons. Why? Why? Because these two boys are from Egypt, but they're not Egyptians. Joseph had these two sons in Egypt, but they're not my sons. They're my son's sons. But we are going to get a land of inheritance from the Most High. And an inheritance gets passed down to who? Your son. What inheritance is going to be passed down to Joseph? Joseph been in Egypt. So he's saying, let these boys be as my sons, so that when I pass down blessings, these two sons that are now mine, they will get an inheritance from me, based as though they were my own sons, because they are going to be counted for the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. All right. Joseph is not going to be counted. Joseph is going to be represented as Ephraim and as Manasseh. All right. Which will later become two tribes because they're two separate sons, but they're not Jacob's sons. They're his grandsons. But now he's saying these sons are mine now. All right. That's what's being done there. The oldest son was Manasseh. He did not get the blessing of the oldest son because the Lord wanted it to go to Ephraim. That's why it was done that way. The same thing happened when it came time for Jacob to bless, not Jacob, when it came time for Isaac to bless Esau, who was his firstborn. The Lord did not want Esau to get the blessing of the firstborn son. The Lord wanted it to go to Jacob. So Rebekah put camel's hair on the youngest son, so that when he went to bless his son, because he's old and he's about to die, which is exactly what is being done in Genesis, the 49th chapter, you understand, that blessing ends up going to Jacob instead of going to Esau, because the Lord did not want Esau to have it, even though by right Esau should have gotten it because he was the firstborn son. But he was Cain in the reincarnation. He was an evil bastard and an unaliver, and the Lord did not want him to get that blessing. He was angry about it. That's why later on he sought to slay his brother. That was the whole reason that Rebekah told Jacob to leave their land where the family was, to go back and take a wife from the land of her family with his uncle Laban. That's where he married Rachel and Leah, working for Laban for those 14 years. Had all them sons, went back to his land, and that's where everything started from there that we were reading about the 30th, before a little bit before the 30th chapter of Genesis. All right. So now we all caught up. The Lord wanted the blessing to go to Ephraim so he could be the head tribe. Later on, he would be the head tribe of the northern kingdom. At this time in Genesis, the 49th chapter, we were just, fathers and sons. We weren't an entire nation. hundreds of years. By the time you get to the book of Exodus, we've been in captivity under the Egyptians for hundreds of years. We made them rich and powerful. They telling them to kill our babies. They throwing our babies in the river. Moses ends up getting sent up the river, ends up in Pharaoh's house again, the same way that Joseph ended up in working in Pharaoh's house because he was sold into slavery. Moses ended up, being raised up in Egypt, and that's where you get the story of the Exodus. Everybody knows that from there. So this is what happened. All right, this is what happened. Dealing with that situation with Sister Rai's question. For 30, that's what happened in Genesis 30 and 24 and 30 and 6. That's the whole story about everything that happened there. All right. All right. All right. So let's see. Let's see any more. Let me make sure I got all of it. Why are Dan and Joseph not a part of the 12 tribes? That's why. All right. And then when you go to Revelations, it says the names of the 12 tribes are written on the gates of heaven. All the names of the 12 tribes, there's a name on each gate because the land, a gate, it has the names of who lives there. It's got your name on the gate. There's 12 gates to the entrance of the kingdom of heaven, and there's the name of each of the 12 tribes on each gate. And let me see if I can get that. Names of the 12 tribes. Names of the 12 tribes. It names each gate. Revelation chapter 21 and 12. You can read that if you like. Revelation 21 and 12. This is talking about the kingdom of heaven, and had a great and high, had a wall, great, that means it's a big wall, and high, it's a high wall. And it had 12 gates, and the gates 12 angels. And the names written thereon are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. This is talking about which names is on the gate. And on the east side, and on the east, 3 gates. On the north, there's 3 gates. On the south, there's 3 gates. And on the west, there's 3 gates. And then it's got the names of all the 12 tribes there. All right. So that's what happened there. Let me know if that answers your question there, Sister Ryan. Let me know if you need some more. All right. But that's everything there. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's go from there. All right. All right. Let's see what's our next question, Sister Raya. Now, okay, we got Prashad. All right, Prashad, let's see what you got. So, Lockie, can you break down Proverbs 14 and 1? All right, let's get where we at. 806. All right, Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 1. Let's go to Proverbs 14 and 1. All right. Shalom, shalom. Shem Shabbat. Proverbs 14 and 1. Let's get that. All right. So Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 1, very good scripture. It says, every wise woman buildeth her house. That's a loaded scripture right there. Every wise woman buildeth her house. You understand? Every wise woman buildeth her house. What does it mean to build her house? What is the house? You understand? What is the house? Let's see in there. Who are all the scholars? Where the sister scholars at? What is the house? Every wise woman buildeth for a house. All right, no sweat. Most High in Christ, sis. All right. All right, Most High in Christ. What is her house? What is a woman's house? What's the house? You understand? All the scholars, the sister scholars that in here. Every wise woman buildeth for a house. All right. See it from some of the sisters. You got sisters all in here. Wise woman build her house. What is the house that a wise woman is building? All right. Sister Ryan said her family. That's a good answer. That's not wrong. It's not wrong. All right. There's some more. Let me get some more. What else y'all got? You understand? Where all the sisters at? What y'all got? What is her house? Every wise woman is building her house. What does that mean? All right. Sister Anna said her family. Sister Raya said her family. All right. Her family. It's a little more specific. It's a little more specific than that. Because now, of course, you sisters are in the truth. You've been raised and taught up. You understand under Commander General Yohana to understand what your house and your family is. But to the average brother and sister, more specifically to the average sister that is in the world that is not in the ISUPK, a woman's family consists of her and her children. You understand? That is what family has become since integration and feminism. You understand? This brother right here, he got it. He got it here. This brother Fire said, this brother got it. Can't see who was that there. This brother got it. That's right. Hawk Fire said, her man. That is correct. The building that a woman does is her man. Every wise woman buildeth her house. Precept. Mark chapter 3, verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods. What is his goods? His woman, his children, his sons, his daughter. That will encompass everything that is contained or a part of that household. Those are the goods of his house, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. The house is the man. The man is the house. You understand? The man is the house. You understand? That is what every wise woman is building up her man. All right? Sisters in the world don't understand that concept. There was a time that women understood that. Your whole life was about building up your man. That's solidified. That's how you got protection for the sons and daughters. That's how you made sure the neighborhood was secure. That's how you stopped the Kia boys from stealing cars all throughout the city. That's how you stop the young brothers and sisters now from joining gangs, ending up in prison, skipping school, becoming young single teenage mothers, getting young girls, young sisters pregnant all throughout the neighborhood. That father kept that household in a certain order so that all the goods, all the money that's getting sent everywhere for all kind of vanities and things there that's being spent, because there is no man regulating the spending that women do here in America. Before, there was a man regulating what was done with this money, with these resources. Sisters buying a ton of cars now that are all getting repossessed. I pray it's none of you sisters in here, but single sisters spending $700 a month paying for a vehicle, struggling to make payments that they cannot afford just for the car to get repossessed. You understand? That's happening all across the country because they see you coming and they know you've been empowered with money and wealth because America has poured what little crumbs they're going to give to the Black community. They've poured it and given it to you. They've given it to sisters just like they've given the housing, the food stamps, the hiring, all the jobs and things that they do not want to give to Black men. They'll give to women. It's more of you. It's easier to control you, to have you dedicate your entire life to the job, your career. Instead of your life revolving around your man and helping him to be a better husband and a better father, and you representing him, and your life revolving around what pleases him, what's needed for his household, his children, and you being a representation of him as your Lord, like the scripture says, your life for a woman in the world became about the job, the career, getting a degree, getting a whole bunch of student loan debt for jobs they'll never get, working 2 jobs to try to pay off the loans just to become a security guard or work at the DMV. You're having abortions because you believe that one day you're going to be Oprah Winfrey and a big mega star and have this illustrious career that you must unalive your babies for, when all of the other women from the other races who already have a career in the job that you want to get, none of them have to unalive their baby. All of them in their communities are doing much better than the black community. Their children aren't in prison. They're not in the streets getting shot, getting killed at traffic stops, filling the shelters. You don't need to unalive your baby or your children, you understand, to progress in this empire. You understand? But that's what ends up happening if there is no strong man. The goods that belong to him, that he is supposed to be in charge of, they end up getting spoiled. All right. Not now, what also happened with the housing crisis. The housing crisis is tons and tons of people went out and bought homes that they could not afford because they knew that the desire. General Muhammad talked about this as well on one of the radio shows with Blackwash Radio with Commander General Yohana. They knew that when they see you coming as a woman, not having a man with you, that they know that they can charge you more for the repair of the house. They know that they can charge you more to get the work done. They can charge you more to get the car worked on. They can find and beef up the prices because they know that instinctively, as a woman, if there's no head or a covering over her, then she's on her own. She's fair game for everything. Nobody's protecting the kids. You understand? The coaches know it. The Olympic knows it. The job knows it. That's why they're saying, well, we need you to work some extra hours. We need you to do the overtime. We need you to take they sending you all out of town, out of state, everywhere, because they know that there's no man there expecting you to be home at a certain time. There's no man that's going to allow you to send my wife all over the goddamn country when I need her here in my house. I need her here. You understand? All right. Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. Okay, is that a brother? Okay, I got your question. There called Sapar. If it's a sister, I know it says Sybil Luckett, whoever that is. If you're not a brother, the sister's greeting is different from a brother's greeting. Yahweh Shemalatah Shem Yahweh Shai. If you are a brother, Salaki, then Yahweh Shem Shem Barakatah. But the sister and the brother's greeting, you just come to the Hebrew language class. They get you all straightened out. The water for tuning in. Glad to see you in there. Just ask a question. Put it in the messenger. If you got a question, I'll get to it when I get a chance. The water y'all tuning in. All right. I'm gonna get to your question too. I see your call. All right. But they know these things. That's why they know that at this school that the police are able to do certain things because they know that there is no man's authority that's going to regulate everything. They know that if you notice when you see the news stories, every time that some tragedy happened, some young brother, some young sister, who do you see on the news story for the media coverage? It's usually a couple of aunts, a mother, a grandmother, a whole bunch of women. There's no man there, which is the recurring theme for all of the tragedies that keep having everyone end up on the news talking about this ain't right what was done. I can't believe they did this to my baby. When you go to the courtroom, it is the same thing. If anybody ever been in court or been to court recently, it's all mothers damn near sitting in the crowd. It's moms and aunts and sisters and baby mamas and girlfriends. They in there. My boy, he ain't that bad. He didn't mean to do it. He trying to get it together. Y'all don't need to be handcuffing him like that. Let him go. Let him go. He getting it together because the whole structure is out of order. That's why these things keep happening. That's why when the scripture says in Proverbs 14, and Officer Quashai asked the question, every wise woman buildeth her house. Your house is your man. That's what you're building up. That's what you're gathering resources for. That's what you're getting ability for. That's what you're perfecting. You're cooking. You're cleaning. You understand? All of those things is to build up and represent him. That is what a wise woman is doing. Now, what this is not saying is you cannot go to school and get a degree in an education. It is not saying you cannot be a woman and be in charge of a business. You cannot have companies and manage finances and do things and stuff like that. That is not what this scripture is saying. It is saying that a woman who has wisdom, her life is building up her man. You understand? A wise woman is teaching her daughters, if she has them, because most people got daughters, because there's damn near 10 women for every one man that's born. That's before you get, prison and murder and abortion and everything else. There's damn near 10 of y'all for every man that's born. You see what I'm saying? She is building up the next generation of wives and mothers. She cannot build the next generation of wives without showing a daughter how to be a wife. You can't show anybody how to be a wife if you don't have a husband. That means what you're building up is disconnected from the whole reason. That is the true purpose why the Lord made all these women anyway. You understand? Which destabilizes all of society, because the majority of every society is what? Is who? Is a woman. Well, according to God, he made a woman to be a helpmeet to a man. The first man you being a helper to and represent and being responsible to or giving an account for your actions and what you do, that is your father. How do you learn what is acceptable? Precept. The aged woman teach the younger woman to be sober, to be chaste, to be discreet, to love their own husband, be obedient to your husband, to love your children, to be at home, to take care of the home. That is woman 101. The last few generations have been getting rid of woman 101 to fill being a woman with everything else, which is why the Lord said a wise woman is going to build her man. World War III is coming. World War III is coming. And everything that you have done, all your money, all your bank accounts, all your purses, all your getting fly and your trips all across the world, and your degrees and your job and your position and your careers, all of that is going to be nothing. The banks are stealing people money every week. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, they stealing people money every week. The hackers and scammers, they shutting down entire banks. TD Bank doing fraud charges, getting hemmed up with money laundering. Bank of America, Wells Fargo. In a minute, they're just going to shut the damn money off. All of them possessions and that degree ain't going to mean nothing. If you don't have no army of killers waiting and ready to defend you, to come and extract you from somewhere and patrol your zone or your area, then you're going to be in a hellified situation. Everybody be running amok. All the other women or the other races of people, they all strong as hell. They building their man up, building their family and their sons up. And America has told sisters to go and be strong and independent and get rid of a man. Got women in the damn Olympics in a boxing match fighting a grown man. Imagine you, a 5-foot woman, put on a pair of boxing gloves to travel from your country to the World Olympics in Paris, which we are not supposed to participate in. We are not supposed to be a part of the Olympics. It is a sin to participate in the Olympics. It is the worship of the Greek gods and the culture of the Olympiae. It is against the Most High. All of that Greekish fashion, that is against the Lord. It is a sin to do that. It's a sin to be in the Olympics, all of those things. You understand? Like many of the things that are popular in today's society that we've been raised to do and be a part of, because we're in captivity and we don't know who the hell we are and don't have our rules to follow as a people, as a nation, because we've been Christians our whole life and we ain't learned a damn thing. You understand? But a grown woman getting in a boxing ring, standing with her gloves on, face to face with a grown man, about 5'10", got 40 pounds or so on you, and here you are, a woman in boxing gloves, ready to face off against a man, trying to be Wonder Woman and get hit with uppercuts and hooks and body shots and dropped and beaten all around the damn ring like Ike Turner and Dolomite, just for you to lose at the Olympic Games getting punched on by a man. You understand? A woman is not supposed to be able to make these decisions if she's going to get in the cage and fight or not. Some man is supposed to say, my woman cannot go and fight in the goddamn cage. My daughter cannot go and pick up a rifle and be a goddamn army man or a Marine when they sexually assaulting everybody in Esau military, damn near 500 a week of reported cases, not the ones that don't get reported, the ones who tell, men and women. You understand? 500 a week, and that's a low number. Every week, across all the branches of the military, all over the world. It's just normal. You're not supposed to be able to do that. And that's why a wise woman builds up her man, because the man is the defense. He's going to guard the goods. He's going to guard you. He's going to lead you. That's why in the Isupk, under Commander General Yohana, brothers get taught and trained up how to lead, how to guide, how to choose women, how to be fathers, how to be husbands, how to be responsible, how to be accountable. You understand? How to defend and protect. What are the values and the morals and the rules and the codes by which we should live, so that you can enforce them in your house and enforce them and expect them from your wives or the woman that you decide to deal with and make children with. And this will save a lot of the problems that we have amongst our community. This is why every single Black, Latino, and Native American man, woman, and child is supposed to be in the ISUPK under the commandment of God. You understand? But of course, most of our people go somewhere else. You can go to court and figure it out. Just think of how your life was before you came into the UPK. You fell into the same pits and traps that all the rest of us fall into without the wisdom and knowledge of the Lord. And this is why a wise woman is going to build up her house. She must build up that man. You cannot fix anything without building the man. The Christian church in America teaches women and children, women and children. You cannot secure anything by empowering women. Women by nature need to be protected. They need it. They're not supposed to be fighting, facing everything head on. That's why a wise woman is building up her husband. So the husband can decide how much of these worries, how much of this stress are you supposed to take on before you overextend yourself and commit to projects that you don't have the time, the ability, the resources, or the wherewithal to deal with, on top of all your other responsibilities. I watched my mother go through that struggle her whole life. You understand the consequences of not having a man, so that he can step in and tell everybody else, no, no, she's not coming. No, she's not going to do it. No, she's not going to cook. She's not coming. You're going to do it without her. She cannot do another double, triple shift. No, you can't. Tell her my husband said no. They respect that from the East Indian woman. They respect that from the Arab woman. They respect that from the African woman. But the Christian church and feminism has taught both you, specifically sisters, and America and the rest of the world, that they don't have to respect you because they don't have to respect your man. That is why Megan Thee Stallion is able to do a damn advertisement concert for Kamala Harris in Atlanta, because nobody has to respect you, because you don't have a man that's being built up throughout your society. He's being belittled so you can be empowered and be the Glorilla boss diva, apex woman, alpha woman. You understand? None of that garbage exists. Nobody takes it seriously. Everybody's just exploiting and robbing you blind. That's why the truth is here. That's why the scriptures is here, so we can build up our nation and get you the proper guidance, counseling, and protection that's needed, and husband that is needed. You understand? If so required. You understand? So Proverbs 14:1, it says, every wise woman buildeth up her house, but a foolish woman plucketh it down with her hands. A foolish woman destroys a man. Rashad, you asked a damn loaded question in here tonight. This question got a million layers to it, like a damn onion. You understand? Let me pull this back up on the screen so everybody can see what we're talking about. Every wise woman built. Where's your question? Where's the hell did it go? Salaki, I'm trying to find the damn thing. Where'd your question go? There we go. Salaki. All right. A foolish woman tears down her house. She tears down her house, meaning she tears down her man. A foolish woman destroys her man. How does she destroy her man? She gets on the street and she shows his tail to everybody. That's how you destroy a man. She takes a man that would take care of her and look out for her and love her and raise up a family with her and go and come home and bring resources and think about her best interest. And she'll decide that she see the hoes on the internet having hot girl summer. She see the city girls having fun. She see turn up Tuesday and turn down Thursday. And she like, I don't want nobody telling me what to do. I got tail like they got tail. I want attention. I want likes. I want OnlyFans. I want to do something strange for a piece of change. You understand? I don't need nobody telling me what to do. I'm grown. I'm a woman. My body, my choice. So you go now, and not only are you killing the future generations of your people, which means there'll be less black people in the future. There'll be no more of you in the future. There'll be no more of your father, of your brothers, of your grandfathers, of your sisters, of any of your favorite black people, good or bad. They will cease to exist because when it's your time to continue the people, you decide you're going to kill it because it's your body, your choice. Well, it's not your body. Your body belongs to your man. That's why you're not supposed to show it off to everybody out on the street. That tears down a man. How does that tear down a man? For some of you sisters might be not you sisters in the UPK, but you sisters in the world who are not in the school that may be listening. You may be watching this. Somebody shared you the link. How does this tear down a man? It tears down a man because the scripture says, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. It's meaning something that is supposed to belong to a man. You as a woman are supposed to belong to a man. You're not just free to be your own person, to do whatever you want to do your own way. You understand? We are not free to be whatever the hell we think and want to be and do in our lives as a man. We have to obey Christ. Christ got orders and instructions from the Most High. You can't be any type of man that you want. That's why in the UPK, we're not individuals. Everybody is not allowed to be their own individual person, living life their own special individual type of ways. That's Christians. We don't have personal relationships with God. We don't have a whole bunch of mystery and all this old kind of nonsense and stuff like that. All of that comes from church. That's not the life we live in here. You understand? The Lord said that the head of the woman is the man. If you are a woman, you belong to a man. You belong to your father. Your father was supposed to decide what man would now take on the responsibility of watching over and continuing a family with his daughter. He was supposed to examine a man that would be able to deal with the spirit of that daughter. He was supposed to be able to deal with that daughter. Some daughters run their mouth a whole goddamn lot. Well, he needs to find a man that can deal with the mouth of that daughter before she go out and find a man that cannot deal with her mouth, that she going to go run over and destroy herself. Or she might find another man that also can't deal with her mouth, that'll turn around and punch her in her mouth because he don't know how to deal with her. That's how sisters end up in abusive relationships. You end up finding the man that's going to abuse you because the Lord did not make you. Now, we're not blaming you for getting abused. We're not blaming the victims. In here, we champion the victims in the ISUPK. Domestic violence is wrong when a woman attacks a man, and when a man hits and attacks and beats on a woman. All of it is wrong. The scripture said, be not a striker. You're not supposed to go around hitting people. You understand? Just because you upset or you mad. You're not supposed to do that. That's against the Lord. You understand? We're not supposed to be that type of people. That's against God. God don't approve of that. You understand? Running around, starting fights, hitting people, all of that. Man, woman. That's against the Lord. That's a foul spirit that we ended up having on us by things being done out of order for so long. You understand? So when it talks about he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. If your possession is out in the city having sex with other men, that belittles you. That diminishes you. How is anybody supposed? Remember when that sister Kiki Palmer went to that award show? She went to the award show And she went there with her whole full sheer outfit with her whole naked behind showing so that she can slide and grind on Usher. Well, that diminishes that man because his woman's whole naked behind is out for the internet and she putting it on another man in front of the world. That diminishes that man. That tears that man down. How will anybody respect that man if his woman's naked behind is on the internet for everybody to see and for another man to enjoy? She put that tail on another man. That diminishes that man. That makes that man less respectable amongst the city, amongst the people, amongst the nation. You understand? That's why the other nations of people, they do not allow this thing here. They don't want that for their children. They don't want this for their daughters. You understand? So how else? Let's get some more because that's a very heavy and a very important point there. How else does a woman tear down her man? Let's get some more scriptures here. The staff. Let's get this here. A major thing. The staff of his bread. Lock you up. The staff of his bread. This is a curse from the Most High and is very prevalent. And unlike what is said, it is not for the benefit of the child. Leviticus chapter 26 and 26. This is another way that a woman, a foolish woman, tears down her man. It says, and when I've broken the staff of your bread, the staff is something that you use to lean on, to get strong. It holds you up. You understand? Staff represents power and authority, something that you wield power in the earth. But the staff of your bread, what is the strength of your bread? What do we call bread? What is your bread, brother? What is your bread, sister? All the brothers and sisters in here. What is your bread? What's your bread? Akal Sapar, what's your bread? Ana Raya, Shemaga Bar, young man Edward, sister Hadassah, what's your bread, Imadah? Tawabaf, what's your bread? In the scriptures, young man Trey, sister Shelley, what's your bread? Let's see how black y'all are. What's your bread? You understand? That's a quick answer. You understand? Your money, the staff, your support of your money. The Lord said the support of your money is going to be broken. You understand? The also Yagadah got it. Your money. Tazakara said your money. That's the staff of your bread. It says, when I've broken the staff of your bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in an oven. They're going to take the bread that's supposed to go to you. 10 women going to take the bread that you're supposed to get, and they're going to put it in one oven. That oven is child support. And they shall deliver you your bread, meaning they're going to give you back your bread. They're going to deliver it to you again by weight. Now, why would they deliver your bread by weight? Because they're going to take off a chunk for this person, for this one. They're going to take off a chunk for here. They're going to take a chunk off of here. 10 women going to redistribute your money and then give you what's left. And ye shall eat. You're going to eat what's left after that child support and not be satisfied. You ain't going to be satisfied with that child support money because most of your check is gone. They're going to take it and divide it up and split it up, and you're going to be working just enough to pay for a room and have a sofa on and to get back and forth to work and get you a couple of sandwiches and a beer or two. That's what's going to be left after child support. That is a curse from the Most High. And that is another major way how a woman breaks down a man. A foolish woman destroys her man. The most support that a child needs is that father. Many cases, sisters is just taking the kids away from the man altogether, just out of spite. She don't want to be with the man. Now, sisters is divorcing their husband that they've been with for 5 and 6 and 10 years so they can go out and run the streets. And now he's going to be forced to pay child support for children that he made a family with this woman. He put her in a house. He gave her cars, then filled up her closet, her wardrobe, been on her arm, representing her, you understand, representing him. Representing her, all of this, then completely changed and restructured his life around, building something forever, only for this woman to turn on him, file for divorce, And now her and some other man and your kids is sitting up in the house with a whole nother man. Might be the house you paid for. Her and some other man, or her and a damn woman is sitting there, and your kids live with her, and you might have to go get you another job just to be able to afford a room somewhere, get your roommate, move in your mother's basement somewhere. Like, that's a curse from the Lord. A woman destroys a man. You destabilize the entire society, removing yourself from the authority that the Lord put over you. You understand? This is a heavy scripture, man. This scripture is like dynamite when it says a foolish woman tears it down. How else is a foolish woman tearing down her man? Some man might actually want to be with you and take care of you, want to build a family with you, thinking he in some serious relationship with some woman, and then turn around and find out she with several other men. And these men is sitting here laughing and clowning you while you really falling in love, trying to treat this hoe like she's something special, and then turn around and find out that she taking whatever you get and wearing the outfits or whatever you bought her to go be with several other men. You understand? And you taking care of her, and turn around and it's a whole mess. And then from there on out, you absolutely destroy everything. That's why you understand, half the brothers in our nation are not even having kids anymore. It became so treacherous to deal with a woman that they're not even making children. Even in Esau's world, according to their standards, they're not trying to get married no more. They say, to hell with that, man. It's too much danger, too much life threatening. You be with some foolish woman that destroy you. You mess around, she having sex with other men. Some of them men is having sex with other men. She having sex with women. Next thing you know, you done laid down with some harlot. Now herpes spread all throughout the city. AIDS spread all throughout the city. Sisters and packed up and moved from Atlanta to go to Houston. Next thing you know, Houston is full everywhere. STDs like a wildfire. The Center for Disease, I think the World Health Organization had to issue something saying, don't come to Houston and have sex with nobody. Everything is on fire in Houston. They put that on the news as a disclaimer to let you know how bad things is going. How would that be contained? Well, you have sex with a man, sis, that's your husband. Y'all together forever. Whatever y'all got to do to work it out, y'all work it out. Come get counseling, get in the UPK. We'll teach you how to have a real marriage, teach you the laws of the Most High. But you can't destabilize the entire society by now breaking up the family so that you can go and chase happiness, just to find out at 45 that there's no pleasing a woman. You can't please a woman and keep her happiness full of happiness. That even the lesbians is saying that. They all on the news apologizing to men, talking about, damn, I'm a woman and I've been dating women for the last 10 years and I'm so tired of women. I understand what men is going through. 80% divorce rate after all the pride and equality in marriage. 80% divorce rate with them lesbians. They can't be in a house with no woman either. They tried it. They tried to be a man. None of it worked. You understand? Why? Because the Lord set things up a certain way. That's why a wise woman is going to build up her man, build up her house, build up her nation, and make strength. Suppose you are a sister that does not have a man, that does not have a husband. Like most of our people, most of our sisters are living life as a widow or a woman that does not have a husband or a head over them in their direct, everyday, day-to-day life. That's why many sisters is filled with all kind of stress, all kind of pressures, all kind of panic and nervousness and stuff like that, because you aren't supposed to be at the top of your chain. A woman is not supposed to be at the top of the chain. The Lord did not genetically make you, spiritually make you, your bones, your organs. None of that stuff is made to be at the top, handling everything, being the strong one. That is the opposite of what God made when he made a woman. You understand? That's why so much of that amongst our people. Suppose you do not have a man. You don't have a direct head over you. Then you are supposed to come into the school. You're supposed to come into the truth. You're supposed to come in so that the wisdom and the counseling and the authority and the protection and the correction that a man would provide into your life, you as a widow or as a single woman or as a woman without a direct head or man over them to make sure that everyone is not taking advantage of you and your life and your time and your children, and you are not making erroneous single women without a man decisions that can cost you severely in life that most sisters make, that they don't realize this comes from this reason. That is why you come into the truth. That is why you sit in these classes. That's why you get counseling. That's why you come so you can learn, so that the wisdom that a man or a father or a husband that the Lord has to impart into you as a woman, you are not without that wisdom because you're sitting here in class getting it. And you can call and get counsel from the prophets of the Lord that can tell you what the Lord would have you do in any and every situation. You understand? That's why that's so important and so prevalent, and why, once again, every Black, Latino, and Native American need to be running into the ISUPK like it's the only place in the city that's not on fire. You understand? So that's just a little bit. I could go on that scripture for much, much longer, but those things there destabilize everything. And you as a woman have a unique skill and ability that is built into you, that you have the ability to enhance life to such a point that you can bring out the greatest and the best in a man. The Lord made Adam and gave Adam all the knowledge, all the ability. He made the animals come to him so that he could name them. Animals and creatures, the white man never even met or discovered these creatures before. The Lord made the creatures come to Adam so that he could name them and then send them on their way. And the Lord said, it's not good that Adam be alone. I need to get someone to help him to enhance the ability that I've already put in him to rule and have power and have authority. You understand? That's a gift that they've stolen and made sisters believe like it's belittling or something to be a woman, to enhance in your life, be about strengthening your man. They made that something that's belittling or old fashioned or in the past, or, it's anti-woman. When in reality, that is absolutely the best thing for a woman. That's how you make sure everything is safe and secured and done on time, and stuff is not getting stolen and robbed and taken advantage of. You understand? All right. So that's a very important thing, man. All right. So that should be, I know that's more than enough on that one there. Went on that, but that's a very good, very important scripture that you asked. All right. Officer Krishad there. So let's go. Where we at? Where we at? Let me get the next scripture, Proverbs 14:1. All right. We got a brother here, got a question. It says, Salakia, what do you do when you are around promiscuous woman who keeps tempting you to sleep with her, but she has no man? All right. This brother here got a question. He said, what do you do when you are around promiscuous woman? This is a woman, a promiscuous woman. This is a woman who's having sex with more than one man. That's a promiscuous woman. All right. She is, and you are around a promiscuous woman who keeps tempting you to sleep with her, but she has no man. Okay, first of all, if she's a promiscuous woman, then she has a man. All right. A promiscuous woman, this is a woman having sex with multiple men. Let's get there. Let me just make sure I'm using that right. MISCU, promiscuous. Let me just get the definition of promiscuous so we all on the same page. We're gonna get the Webster's dictionary definition. That's one of the textbooks we use in the school, that Merriam-Webster's dictionary. All right. Promiscuous, we're just gonna pull this when it come up here. It says promiscuous is having or characterized by many transient sexual relationships. So this is a woman, she having sexual relationships. If she's promiscuous, she having sexual relationships with multiple men. So she has a man. If she having sex with multiple men, she got a man. She has had 5 men, and the man she with now is not her man. You understand? She got a man. She got plenty of men. That's the damn problem. You understand? One thing you don't want to do is if you can avoid this, you do not want to be around this type of woman. A few things come from being around a woman who is having sex with multiple men. And in this day and age might be multiple men and women. She might be, having sex with everybody at this point. So but there's a few things. One, you don't want to be around a type of woman like this if you can avoid this. A type of woman who is with multiple men, a few things are going to happen. Those men are going to eventually, at some point in time, there's going to be a conflict involving these multiple men or these multiple women that they are in relationship with. Even the lesbians, you might be talking about an alternative life, the lesbian woman. The lesbian women are having sex with men and women. And when the girls that these women are having these relationships with, when they find out that their girlfriend or their woman, however they like to think about it or call it, is still having sex with men, they're going to be all in the house, in the street, fighting, pulling hair, slamming into cars, throwing bottles, cussing and fussing, pulling knives. It's going to be complete chaos. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You understand? The brothers find out about each other, just as some of the examples I've given before. Eventually, one of the brothers or some of the brothers start to develop feelings for her. They try to have, friends without benefits and sneaky links, and this just a side piece until the time till you're not in nothing serious. All of that is a bunch of BS and garbage. Some of them, if not one or more of them, are going to end up getting her pregnant. It's going to happen. There's no promiscuous woman that's having sex with multiple men that's using protection. You understand? If you want to call it that, because most of the STDs, a condom is not going to protect you from most of them. From skin to skin contact and exchange of sexual fluids, a condom is not protecting you from most of the STDs. You understand? All right. But this is the type of trouble that's going to come. They're going to get into fights, might end up fighting each other, might end up showing up at the house or the crib, wherever this is, showing up at the job, fighting each other, all kind of madness. These things destabilize an area and an environment. You don't want to be around this type of woman. You definitely don't want to fall into temptation to be with that woman. Do not go and have sex with this woman that you already know she has sex with multiple men. Of course, you cannot discount the fact that as a woman having sex with multiple men, there's a very high chance, especially in this day and age, that she is going to contract some sort of STD. That also, you don't want to be around her with that issue there as well. You don't want to be around the crowd that's going to follow her because she needs to be available to have sex with multiple men and or women. You don't want to do that. If this is someone that you have to live with or you around them, something like that, a roommate or something, you might want to look into finding another place to stay. You might want to also limit your time that you are around this woman. This is some coworker, somebody at work, something like that. There's other coworkers you don't need to be directly near or around her. You understand? You also want to be very careful because the certain type of women do not take rejection very well, especially a shameless or promiscuous woman that is used to men just having sex with her. They may not used to being rejected, not used to having someone tell her no. And because if she has some sort of proximity or some ability to come into regular contact with you, she may try to use the fact that you don't want to have sex with her and possibly try to make up some story. He did this to me, he harassing me, something like that. Young sisters would do that. You understand, a very petty, childish thing. There's all kind of evil spirits that come from this type of woman. So you want to also be very careful. I myself would try to limit all manner of with her altogether if this is not a regular interaction that I have to have because of the slavery, some living situation, something like that. I would stay away from her. I would not even want her to know what my damn name is. You understand? She might need to pin this baby on somebody and she don't know who it is. And the only one that's still around, she might go to the damn child support or social services office trying to get it and lie and use the name of whatever man she could think of and say, yeah, he might be the baby daddy. Let me get some stamps. This way you work. This is his name. Sisters have done that. It's not extremely common, but it's also not something that's rare as well. So all of these things, the scriptures say you must be wise as a serpent. You must be wise as a serpent. There's so much evil and traps everywhere. You do have to be aware that you should definitely stay away from this woman and limit your communication with her altogether, if at all possible. You understand? So that's it on that. That's how you would want to approach that there. All right. And that's for any brother listening as well. You have to be wise as a serpent. This life is about warfare. Life is about warfare. And you have to have your mind living life any kind of way with politics in America and 911 and being able to get an education and do a job and wear what you want and generally having a good amount of things provided for you that you need on a day-to-day life necessity. Those things can make you believe that there's not a warfare being waged all around you. You live in a relatively safe neighborhood, a relatively decent community. It can lead our people to believe you make a certain amount of money, you're good, you're on your feet, you're able to have and do whatever you want generally without any sort of hindrance, not a lot of difficulty. Some people have more struggle than others. Don't let that make you believe that there is not warfare being fought all around you. Don't let that make you believe that life is not still about warfare because your personal life may not be that difficult. You don't want to have that spirit. That's a very bad spirit to have. You understand? The Lord said you must be paying attention. You got to be instant and in season. You must be wise as a serpent. There's a lot of traps and tricks and schemes and scams that people who are looking for vulnerable victims who are not expecting someone to try to come to victimize them. That's who the robber is looking for. That's who the scammer is looking for. That's who the sister who's looking to trap someone to get them on child support is looking for. That's what the predator is looking for. That's what the LGBT community is looking for. That's who the drug dealer is looking for. Someone who's vulnerable, who's unsuspecting, an easy lick, an easy mark. They don't have no defenses. They're not thinking about any sort of trouble. They just, just living carefree. The Lord don't want you just living carefree in this society. This is a battleground. Your people are under siege on all sides. From the moment your father impregnated your mother, your life has been in danger. They wanted your mother to unalive you while you were still growing inside of her. They wanted her to abort you. You understand? Like, you want to have that in your mind. The Spirit of the Lord and the Spirit of God is to teach you warfare. Serving God is about warfare. Having wisdom is about warfare. Understanding and keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments is about warfare. Even if you are a woman, there's a right spirit that a woman is supposed to have. But as a woman, you aren't supposed to be a gullible sucker that many sisters in the world are, simply because they're following any and everybody who's popular at the time or whatever they think is good. You understand? You aren't supposed to be that type of woman. How do you not become that type of woman? You get in the UPK and sit in these classes and get wisdom put into your head from the Lord. You understand? That's how you do it. All right. So where we at? 8:56. All right, Sister Raya, that's right. Sex is marriage. Sex is permanent. No matter what you think or how you feel, you cannot undo sex. You can't undo it. Abortion cannot undo it. Friends without benefit can't undo it. Oh, it's just the summer, can't undo it. Condoms can't undo it. Sneaky link can't undo it. That's just my friend. You cannot undo it. The Lord intended for it to be permanent always. From your spirit, your soul, your body, everything. It's permanent. You cannot undo it. Our people are absolutely destroying themselves thinking that they can undo the permanency that comes with having sex. That's what the World Health Organization, the Center for Disease Control, the Juvenile Court, the Domestic Court, all of them are having a field day because our people believe that marriage is something else. You understand? Other than what the Lord said, which is sex according to the Bible. All right. So that should be everybody's questions there. We got a little bit of the time. Let me see if I can get. Should I even attempt to get to any of that? We at 8:58. Wouldn't make no sense to start nothing new. Let's see. Was there any other question? No, I think a call support had a question. Call support had a question in there. Where's your question? Was he next? Call support was next. Up two more. All right. Brother had a question. Okay, the same brother got a question. A breakdown. Ecclesiasticus 42 and 13. Okay. Ecclesiasticus 42 and 13. Let me pull that, and then we go on to a call supply. All right. Yeah. 42. Ecclesiasticus chapter 42. And verse 13. Scripture breakdown, Ecclesiasticus 42 and 13. All right. Oh, yeah. This is rough here. I'm trying to get it to the advance. I got the 1911, the standard King James. Okay, that's what I want. Of the law of the Most High, this covenant of judgment, just breaking into part of us. Okay, there we go. 42 and damn, Salaki lost my place. Got all these windows. Let me close some of these windows. Ref, I'm done with this. I'm done with that. Okay, 42 and 13, Salaki. Ecclesiasticus 42 and 13. Here we go. It says, oh boy, this is heavy here. Y'all coming with them. 14. That's my scriptures, man. Damn. I'm gonna have to mess around. I might have to do a couple of scriptures. Damn, brother. You done struck a match there. All right. These are some heavy scriptures. All right. So Ecclesiasticus 42. I'm gonna start at verse 11. Because all of these are tying together, and I'm gonna go down to about verse 14, and I'm gonna hit your question there because it's in the middle of these statements there. It says, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter. Meaning you got to watch over a shameless daughter. You have to watch over her. It's saying, let me pull this up here so y'all can follow along. Salakia. Percent. Y'all bear with me just a moment. Get all questions. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right. It says, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter. What is a shameless daughter? Meaning if you are raising a daughter and you can tell, let me see, is I'm up here in my live? Y'all see me on Instagram? Is it up? I see my camera, but I don't see in your live video. No, okay, I'm up there, but it ain't showing me nothing. All right, I guess I'm up there. All right. So when you are raising your daughters, you have to watch a shameless daughter. You got to be watching for her to see what she's doing. You understand? Some daughters that you have, every child got a different spirit, but you got to watch and guard the spirit to see who this person is. Just because you're born, that doesn't mean you're a brand new person. Your life starts over, but your spirit isn't brand new. Reincarnation is in the Bible. You die, you come back many, many times over. Our spirits come back again. So you don't know who this is, whose spirit this is that's being born. You don't know what type of person this is. You have to watch and correct to shape what type of daughter this is supposed to be. Some daughters you might have, you brothers and sisters got children. Some daughters that you have, because that's what the scripture is talking about. You might have some daughters that listen and do whatever you say. She want to be a good daughter. She want to be right up underneath for daddy and mommy. Mom say, daddy say, sit down. She want to sit down and be good. Mom say, don't do that. She gonna do it. Somebody say, you talking too much. Stop talking. She'll stop talking. Then you might have some daughters that you tell her sit down. She say, no, I ain't going to sit down. And then you might have to you gonna have to correct that. You might tell her stop talking. She keep talking, running her mouth. You gonna have to correct that. Otherwise, you'll raise some uncorrectable, loud mouth grown woman that no one can stand to be around. That won't be able to be a wise woman to build up a house of her man, because won't no man be able to stand to be around her with that damn mouth. You can teach that mouth how to be disciplined as a young age. But if you just, you listen to mama, she just young, she just 3, she just 4, she just 5. You understand? That's just an example. The scripture says, keep watch over a shameless daughter. Now, this specific is a shameless daughter. Some little girls or young daughters at whatever age or whatever it is, you got to watch and examine all your children to see what they're doing. What are they saying? What's coming out of their mouth? Some daughters you might have, they might hear something inappropriate that might be playing on a movie or a TV show, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's not for kids. We're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to see that. Oh, why did she say that? That's a bad word." Then you might have some daughters that's singing along. Sexy Red, come on the radio, shake it, sexy, 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 sexy. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to deal with that. You're gonna have to watch over that daughter. And all that when the music start playing, some kids might just sit down, they might just do a little dance, and then you might have some that want to do the breakdance. You want to get in there and put a tail up in the air and twerking, shaking and popping and sliding and doing splits and everything and throwing it back. You're gonna have to deal with that. She sees Sexy Red doing it. She see Megan Thee Stallion doing it. She see her cousins doing it. You're gonna have to watch over that daughter. You understand? You're gonna have to teach her. No, you got to cross. You sit, you cross your legs. This is how little girls do it. This is how girls do it. This is how you do that. No, you can't do that. You're not. Here's one that teenagers do. That they did. That they did. I know they probably still doing. I don't know if they have to do it now, but they would be told to not wear certain outfits. They would go and get some outfits, get old enough to go shopping, get a certain type of clothes and stuff, and they would know that this outfit is not approved. The parents, mom and daddy, would not approve of this outfit. It's too small, it's too tight, it's too revealing. You understand? And then she'll go and put the clothes that she want to wear out to school and to the mall or wherever it is that she gonna go. I don't know if kids still go to the mall these days. I don't know. But she'll put the clothes that she wants to wear and then leave the house dressed in the outfit that you saw, and then get and go to the bathroom or go to her friend's house and then change and put on the hot girl outfit. You understand? So she can be, young Miami and go to school and get all the attention and everything. You're going to have to keep watch over a shameless daughter. Keep watch of the sneaking boys in the house, sneaking out to be out here. You're going to have to keep watch on that. You understand? She always in somebody's face. Some daughters are like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then you might have another daughter that's all up in the nigga face. "Hey, what you going?" Touching his braids, touching his hair. "Oh, I like your hair," touching his muscles, everything. Okay, where you stay? You might have. They used to call it fast. I don't know if they call it fast anymore. What they calling it now? Y'all in here, y'all probably old as hell too. I don't know what they calling it now. They call it a hot girl or a city girl. She see what she wanted, she go after it. You understand? Well, listen, you're gonna have to teach your daughter she can't go after everything she wants. Some of the stuff she want ain't good for her. Some of the stuff she want is trouble for her. You tell her she can't go to the party, she try to sneak out or get mommy to say she can go. The Lord say, keep watch over a shameless daughter. If there was someone watching over more of these daughters, specifically daddy, if there was a daddy watching over more of these, I remember this argument here. This argument here years ago. I'm not gonna give no specifics, But a brother of mine, a brother that I knew, he was in the world, of course. The brother passed on now. You understand? He got into an argument with his rib because his rib had a daughter. And his rib was by a daughter was probably 13, 14 years old. His rib went and bought a whole bunch of sexy lingerie for the 13, 14-year-old daughter. And he is saying he's blowing a goddamn fuse. And he's like, what in the hell are you doing? Why would you buy all of this sexy lingerie for this teenager? She's like, well, she's young and I want her to be comfortable in her body and, all of this all type of silly logic that makes sense to a woman. In his mind, he's saying, this is the dumbest idea in the world. You understand? Popeyes don't have commercials advertising chicken because they don't want people to come and eat their goddamn chicken. If you put an advertisement out that is tail for the market, the people gonna come see about the tail that's getting advertised. You buying your daughter G-strings and lingeries, she gonna show them to somebody. They're not just gonna sit in the drawer. What the hell you think she gonna do with them? You think she not gonna show nobody? She got them for no reason. But in her mind, she thought this was a good idea. In her mind. In a man's mind, he like, you are telling your daughter to go to school and have sex with all the boys that she would be showing this G-string to. There's no other purpose she's gonna do with it. She's either gonna show it to everybody or give it to somebody else. But it's not just, this is just a part of my outfit because it's comfortable. That's the foolishness, the simplicity. He understood she go out there advertising his tail. It's going to be niggas climbing in the window in the middle of the night getting to this tail. She going to be skipping school to go over and get that tail up somewhere. Mommy didn't think about that. She swore she was right. Any man with a halfway brain understood that you are telling her to go and do this. You understand? She, of course, didn't understand. That's why the Lord said, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter. And a part of keeping watch over your daughter, which will always be the biggest opposition that you will have to correcting and raising your children, to stop the dangers and things that you will see as a problem whenever you can spot them immediately, is always going to be trying to get that mother out of the way. In many cases, not all cases, but in most cases, it's the same mother that's sitting in the courtroom trying to tell the judge, my son really ain't a bad guy, Your Honor. He really ain't bad. He really just trying to get it together. The same stuff that daddy is trying to correct with this bad 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old that you've been making excuses for since he got teeth and could pee on his own in the toilet. That's the same things that he knows to watch out for, that generally mommy is going to make excuses for. Well, she's just young. He just young. He don't know no better. He's just 5, 6. He's just a teenager. He's just early 20. You was a teen once. You was this once. And before you know it, that spirals into a bunch of problems that could have been taken care of. That's why the scripture says here, keep sure watch over a shameless daughter. I'm going to speed up a little bit because we're over the time. I'm still going to get your question across the par as well. It says, keep watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies. How is she going to make you a laughing stock? Because her simple mother bought her some lingerie. And she went and she took pictures of the lingerie and put it all on the goddamn internet. Or she sent it to some boy that she liked. And guess what the boy did? The boy went and shared the picture with every nigga that he knows. Everybody seeing all the lingerie you bought your daughter because she sent it to Rick, and Rick is sharing it with everybody so that he can let everybody know. See, look at this here. You see this? They sending this what they sending me. They sending this to me. Look at this here. She said her mama just bought her this. She's sending this to me. This right here, yeah, I'm hitting that too. The other one, you mean the dark one? Hell, man, listen, look what she sent me right here. Look at this. You see this here? Y'all ain't getting it like I'm getting it. You understand? You feel me? Before you know it, everybody done seen all your nasty pics. All your pics you done sent to somebody, and you in the world, y'all not gonna stay together. It's damn near impossible. You're not going to be together forever. You ain't thinking about that forever. These are the silly traps. This is before OnlyFans. You can forget OnlyFans and all the other pictures getting uploaded everywhere, Snapchat and all of that. I mean, it's a goddamn mess. And everyone in the city is going to be laughing at you because your daughter's whole naked behind is all over everywhere for display. Half the damn city done had sex with your daughter. They laughing. What? Who you? What? Oh, that was your daughter, Tiffany Tuesday. Oh, damn! Look at this, man. We went here. We saw this. Look at her. You see this here? This broad upside down on the wall. She almost fell and broke her neck. These hoes out of pocket here. Look at that. Who you said? That's your daughter. Oh, damn! I ain't know that. Damn, yeah. Oh, damn. That's your daughter. Man. Hey, what's going on there? What's going? Oh man, what y'all looking at? Y'all laughing at that girl, the one that was upside down on the wall and fell and bust their head, man? In them short, man. Yeah, man. All I did. Oh, Chris, that was your daughter. That's your daughter. Ooh, you said you about to she getting married. What nigga? What? Who finna marry her? Man, I wouldn't kiss her. Man, what? Was she you? Oh man, damn, listen, everybody, you be a laughing stock to the whole damn city. You understand? Like this is real life. The Bible is not magic. This book is written about niggas. This real life. You understand? Think of how Glorilla's family. Think of how her father is now. Cardi B. Imagine Cardi B. Cardi B was a young skinny sister from the Bronx. Got teased, everything there. Then she became known for what? She became known for being a stripper, promiscuous, and now her naked behind is exported across the entire planet. And that father has a shame that he can never take this shame off. She made a song talking about wop, wop, wop. She on the damn stage with another grown woman scissoring and tongue kissing, singing a song about how she don't cook and don't clean and she hold herself into a marriage. And that's her claim to fame. That's why you know her. You know her for being a hoe. And that's what your daughter is known for all throughout the world. You want to get some hoes in here, get some Cardi B playing, get some Sexy Red playing. That's what your daughter is known for. That's what they know you for, your daughter. You understand? Like this is what the scripture is talking. You're going to be a laughing stock to everybody and a byword in the city. Everybody going to be talking about her. She for the streets. She for the streets. That's where that meme came from. The Future was talking about. Or an entanglement. Will Smith is known for his great movies and also known that his wife has sex with other men and causing entanglements. That's what you're known for. That's why you had to get up on the street and slap Chris Rock on the stage because she has shamed you thoroughly. You're supposed to teach your daughter to not be a shameless woman. And a reproach among the people, meaning something to say, you see her? Don't ever do what she does. You see her wearing them tight clothes and stuff like that. It was something when I was in school. When I was in school, they had the single mother, the teenage mother starter kit. The teenage mother starter kit was a baby fat jacket and some baby fat jeans or some Parasuco jeans. They was real popular back in the day. And either some Butters, some Tims, or some J's. That was the single teenage mother starter kit. That baby fat jacket that showed the low cut midriff, the baby fat jeans, usually with the baby blue with all different kinds of colors in them, and either some J's or some Tims. That was the single mother starter kit. You understand? Well, then you're going to be known throughout the streets for that. And make the ashamed before the multitude. you're gonna be ashamed to show your face. Why? Look at what your daughter's doing. Verse 12 says, behold not everybody's beauty. Everybody's beauty is not for you to behold. And sit not in the midst of women. It's not good to sit in the middle of a big group of women. It says, don't sit in the midst of women. Don't sit in a big group of women. You understand? The Lord said not to do that. Especially you in the world, you do not want a big group of women getting together, be arguing about something, and jealousy, a natural competition that's going to get brewed. These are sisters in the world, and many sisters have that spirit of being in competition with another woman. That's why it said a woman that is jealous of another woman will be like the bane of existence. You understand? Many sisters don't know that. That's where all the weaves come from. That's where the eyelashes come from, and all of these things. A lot of that stuff is, sisters do it to look beautiful and stuff like that, and they like cosmetics and makeup, and it's not unlawful, and it is not a sin. And if you want to do that, that is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not what I'm saying. However, sisters are doing that primarily for other women, because men have been saying for the longest that we don't need, require, and mostly want a bunch of weaves, a bunch of makeup, a bunch of fake hair, a bunch of fake eyelashes. Men don't want that. Fake breasts, fake behind. Men don't want it. Men don't need it. The average, most men have been saying that forever. Most women just don't listen any damn way. You understand? That's free. All right. But that's for women to compete against other women. You understand? Because if you weren't competing against another woman, you know what you would be doing? You'd be a wise woman building up your man. He got plenty for you to do. He got stuff he needs you to do. You understand? So verse 13, which was the brother's question, he said, from garments cometh a moth. Meaning if you leave garments around somewhere, moths will come and eat up your clothing. Now they treat clothing with different type of materials and stuff. They got certain sprays and chemicals to get rid of a lot of the bugs and stuff that would normally come and eat up fabrics and stuff like that. But if you leave some clothes somewhere in a closet, different bugs can get to it and start to eat it up. That's where the term moth, that's where moth balls come from. Most things are treated so you don't get bugs into your carpet and your wood. Most modern places are treated so that you don't get bugs. But that was an old thing, that moths would eat up your clothing, eat up your garments. All right. So it says, from garments cometh moth. They can lay their eggs into your garments. They'll nestle. They'll eat it as they grow, depending on what type of garments you got. Mostly you don't see this much anymore. Most of the fabrics and things is synthetic. They mix with something else and all kind of treatments. You know what I was saying there. It says, from garments cometh moth, and from women wickedness. Wickedness comes from women. That's why it says that in the Bible. And that's an important thing for you to learn as a man. And that's also an important thing for you to learn as a woman. Because there's a lot of things, that a lot of the Bible is correcting the things that we would naturally do as a people, that we don't realize the detrimental effects. You understand? It says, from wickedness cometh woman. I'll give an example. Aborting your baby is a very evil thing. The whole purpose that you're going through this change from being a little girl to being a woman is so that your body can develop into a woman to be able to do woman responsibilities. One of, and the most important thing, not every sister can, that's understandable. Nothing wrong if you cannot. If you do not want to, that's also fine. But you do not have the option to unalive a baby, to abort your baby. That is an evil and a wicked thing. And God did not give you the decision of who lives and who does not live. God did not give the woman the ability to make that decision. You are not supposed to decide who lives or who dies. The oppressor specifically gave you the option to unalive your baby or abort the baby, because he knew once you had the option that sisters would unalive their baby. Of course, not every single sister does this, but that is not an option at all, because life does not come from you. Life comes from the Most High. Plenty of people want to have children and they cannot. You understand? But everyone who does have a child has it because the Lord put a spirit into that life that's growing inside of you. You understand? That's a very evil and wicked thing to pay someone to kill your baby so that you can be selfish and not have to do what is the natural course of life as a woman is to become a wife and a mother. Of women cometh wickedness. You understand? That's what the scripture is talking about. You understand? Of course, turning on your man, evil and wicked as hell, holding a man's kids ransom for child support money. He trying to correct the kids. You telling the kids not to listen to him. All kind of evil and wickedness. You deciding that it's your body, your choice. Go have sex with other men. Destabilize the whole family. You understand? Some video I just saw recently was terrible. Some brother found out after 19 years that the man he thought was his father was not his father. Meaning for 20 years, his mother has been lying to him and the man that thought that this was his son because she went and had sex with more than one man. That's evil. That's a wickedness thing. That's wicked as hell. You understand? To cover up the lie to keep it going. Another evil, wicked thing is covering for the child molester. Grandma covered for the child molesting uncle. You understand? Mom covered for the child molesting boyfriend or the child molesting cousin or the child molesting church lady that's babysitting the kids. You understand? Usually grandma covers for it. All the old sisters, the deaconesses, the sisters in the church, they're covering for that. They don't want to tell the man because they probably have chased the man out of most of the homes. That's what the church is for. Or the authority figure that would be over, you understand, that family, they've pushed to have a woman be in charge of the family. You understand? Which remove the head and the protection and the authority that would come to break necks and snap throats for someone molesting the child, or at the very least, make sure that this person end up facing legal repercussions and make sure that the damn baby don't have to deal with this on their whole damn life. Half our race is strung out because mama covered up for the damn child molester. You understand? And kept going back to church after everybody knew Eddie Long molested 5 boys and still going to the damn church. That's wicked as hell. And this society, like every other one we've been in captivity in, they've been willing to give the resources to the woman so that she can be in charge and be married spiritually to the empire and whatever agenda that they want to push politically. That's why this LGBT community is in such an explosion. And they were able to, just like that, marry themselves to black people because with no barrier. They didn't have to fight and battle no men. They spent 20, 30, 40, 50 years since integration and feminist movement destroying the authority that a man had over his wife, his wives, his children, his community. So it wasn't no strong man to fight against. They were able to just walk straight on in. All of these scriptures, there's a river that flows through the Bible, and everything is interconnected in these scriptures. You understand? So that's why it's saying that from women cometh wickedness. In the last one, in the Garden of Eden, everything was perfect. Nobody had to work. There was no 9 to 5, 6 to 10s. There was no overtime, no sickness, no disease. You had to do nothing. All a woman had to do was just obey Adam, and everybody was set. The serpent went and talked to Eve. Eve forgot everything that Adam had given her instructions to do. The lions obeyed Adam. The bears obeyed Adam. All the beasts and the dragons of the field obeyed Adam. Adam got a wife. The wife, the only thing in all creation that did not obey Adam. Then here come the punishment. One son get killed. One son catches a body. That son turned into a white man. He get evicted. They get evicted. Now they got to find a job and a place to live come Monday morning. All of that comes from a woman being put in a position of authority and a pedestal for something that the Lord does not want a woman to be recognized for. She's not supposed to be the head queen, diva, boss lady. You understand? That was the first lesson in the Bible. So that's what it's talking about there. And then the next scripture, that was Brother Skodak. I think that's Skodak. Hey, Shalom, my Lord of Christ. All right. It says, verse 14 says, better is the churlish of a man. What is the churlishness of a man? Churlishness is cruelty. Better is the cruelty of a man than a courteous woman. Why does it say that? Better is the churlishness or the harshness of a man than a courteous woman. What type of courteous woman? Let's finish the scripture. We're going to break it down. A woman, I say, which bringeth shame and reproach. A courteous woman, meaning a woman that will bring shame and reproach, is better that a man be hard and disciplined, more so than a woman be nice and friendly and sweet, which is the nature of a woman, because a hard, disciplined man is going to be strict about things. And that strictness is going to make sure that strength gets passed down. We're not talking about abuse. We're not talking about violence. That's not what we're talking about. I'll give you an example. Most older black men, before, who's old now? 50, 60, brothers born in the 40s, 50s, 60s, older black men, most of them, they were not very friendly men. They weren't very friendly men. They weren't, smile and hugs and everybody smiling and laughing and joking. They were very stern, very serious men in most cases. As they got older, they may have softened up a little bit, but many of them did not. They spoke very harsh. They went through a lot of wars, World War I and Desert Storm and this war and that war. Didn't play no games. What you doing wearing that, girl? Are you dressing like that? What you doing? He's just a little boy. Just shut your mouth. What the hell are you talking about? Don't interrupt me while I'm trying to discipline my son. He hopping around here like some old gigantic woman, man. What the hell you doing skipping around here like that? Put your mama purse down. Take them damn shoes off. You wearing your slippers. Leave your slippers every goddamn way. Put them slippers, man. Boy, come here. Boy, don't you ever pick up no damn purse. From now on, you get your own purse, baby. Don't have this boy pick up your purse no more. You ain't gonna be one of them type of men. You ain't supposed to be there. The boy ain't supposed. What you whining all the time for? Big as you are, whining all the goddamn time. Stand up, boy. You're spending too much time with your mama. Stand up, boy. What you doing? You keep acting like this, they're gonna make fun of you when you get older. They're gonna pick on you. You become an effeminate man. Stand up. Don't walk like that. Put your shoulders back. Put your head up. Look me in my eyes. You look a man in his eyes when you talking. Real men look other men in their eyes. Look me in my eyes, boy. You heard what I tell you? Why didn't you do this? They instilling discipline and strength and harshness because they understood that the world outside of this house where I get to teach you, they will teach you a harsher lesson without the love. If you don't learn this lesson here and I teach you, once you go outside of my house, they won't teach you this lesson with kindness. The police aren't going to teach you this lesson with kindness. Prison is not going to teach you what I am trying to correct you with here. You're going to have to learn in jail. You're going to have to learn in prison. You're going to have to learn in a cell block. You're going to have to learn getting shot. You're going to have to learn, you understand, being a prey or being a victim. So I know that them older brothers knew that I had to instill a sense of duty and response. What you doing? You can't be doing like that. Ain't no woman going to respect you acting like that. You're too weak. You got to stand strong. You let the woman run all over you like that. Boy, what's wrong with you? You can't be doing that. She talking to you like that. You sure that's your woman? You sure she ain't got no other man? Listen, if she don't want to do that, she can go. Listen, if y'all don't want me here, nobody gonna do what I say. I ain't gonna keep yelling and raising my voice. Y'all don't want me here? Y'all ain't gonna listen to me? Well, goddamn it, where's my hat? I'll get the hell out of here. The hell with you and them kids. Damn all of y'all. I'll make another family somewhere else. But I ain't gonna be in this house and nobody gonna not do what the hell I say. You call the police? Y'all want me out? Damn you, damn this house, damn everybody. I'm gone. You'll never see me again. The hell with that. Run this house. Nobody tell me what to do. Who the hell you think you are? Well, goddamn it, then I guess one of us got to go. You understand? What you mean? He's swelling up. You want to fight me, nigga? You tough? You a man? Well, hell, no. Be quiet. He a man now. You want to fight? Come on, boy. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. What you know about raising a family? What you know about having a job, boy? What you know about responsibility, raising sons and daughters, going out there in these streets? You think you rough, huh? All right, put your hands up. You gonna see? You a man, huh? You a man, huh? They wasn't playing no games, man. because they knew the hell that was waiting for you when you got outside of that house. They knew it was people coming to prey on you if you was weak. They knew it was people coming to abuse you if you couldn't stand for yourself. They knew it was people that'll scam and hustle you if you didn't have no stance about you. They'll abuse you. The kids will abuse you. You understand? They'll hurt you. They'll pick on you. They'll be cruel to you. And I ain't having no son of mine do that. Well, damn it, if you got to fight and lose, then fight and lose. You understand? Ass whooping ain't killed nobody. Hell, listen, we're going to take them learn boxing then. No, damn that. We're going to get this straight. Who the hell the teacher think he talking to? Listen here, I'm the boy daddy. I'm her daddy. I don't give a damn what you saying she did. You put your guy, listen, we can fight too. I don't give a damn. You won't put your hands on my daughter. The hell you think you are? The in here can feel it. You understand? They wasn't playing no games. And that is what made the success of the next generations that came. That has been removed. Now your son gonna learn manhood from the gangster crips. And they're gonna end up in prison with life sentences for shooting people. Because he's gonna think that shooting people is masculinity. He's gonna think that having sex with every woman that he can is masculinity. And then he's gonna get caught up in a child support trap, chasing hoes, or something worse. You understand? He's gonna think being a player, having sex with women and throwing them away is something. That's how Cain got killed in Minister Society. Figure he could have sex with a sister and then throw her away and just leave her and the baby. Everybody ain't going for that. Like there was a severity and a seriousness about life, and our people have lost that seriousness because the churlishness of a man was better than the courteousness of a woman. That kept everything in order. You understand? And that's what the Lord was talking about. Now, they were a lot extreme. They went through a lot of extreme things. But this is what the Lord has said. The scriptures say the Lord is a man of war. The ancient men sat in the streets talking of good things, and the young men wore glorious and warlike apparel. Who do you think raised the warrior, mommy? Who do you think raised the warrior? You understand? Mike Tyson was snatching purses, going to jail before he met his boxing trainer to teach him how to be a warrior and fight. Guess what he didn't do after he learned how to be a warrior and fight? He spent the rest of his life being a warrior, and he stopped snatching purses. That's why a wise woman built her house up. She built up a man. That's what's going to protect your sons and your daughters, the city and community, all of that stuff. But that's what the scripture was saying there. I have one more question I'm going to get to there. All right. That's it on that breakdown there for you. All right. Let me get to that last question there. You understand? All right, what we get? A call support. I had a question. Then Wiz. Proverbs 5:15 through 18. All right, let's get this real quick and we're going to wrap that up. Proverbs 5:15 through 18. All right. Proverbs 5:15. All right. Proverbs 5, chapter 15. Voice of my teachers don't incline my ear. Others be dispersed abroad in the rivers of water. Let them be thy own, not strangers with thee. Father be blessed, rejoice with the world. Okay, I got you. All right. So now we have Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 15. We're going to start up at 12. This is important. Proverbs 5 and 12. We're going to run through it. All right, who we got here? Okay, that's it. All right. Let me pull this up on the screen. Proverbs 5 and 8. We're going to start at verse 12, and I'm going to go down to 18, and we're going to end at there. Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 12. This is a book of wisdom. Proverbs, it says, going to wisdom. It's talking about a man, a brother that was making poor decisions. This is an example. If you go to 10, it's damn. Oh, this is so good here, man. I wish I had got to this earlier. All right, all right. The point about this is to not have interracial marriage. I'm going to skip around. I'm going to read a lot of it. I'm going to skip around too, but I'm going to go through it quick because we coming up on a long class there. All right. Y'all stick in there. Y'all just give me ones. All right. Let me know y'all still with me. I'm going to get through this kind of quick. Then we're going to hit the announcements. I'm going to get y'all out of here. All right. It says, Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 5 and verse 1 says, my son, attend to my wisdom and bow thine ear to my understanding. Listen to my wisdom. I know you think you know everything now, but listen to me, boy. Listen to me. Hear what I'm saying. That thou mayest regard discretion and that thy lips may keep knowledge. I want to put some knowledge in your head so that when you speak, you'll speak with wisdom, not the silly thing that everybody else is saying that, it's a bunch of foolishness. Listen to me, son. For the lips of a strange woman, a heathen woman, drop as honeycomb. She sounds so nice and so sweet. Listening to Becky, listen to Sue Young and Mei Ling, you understand, and Wambutu, you understand, and listening to them, she sounds so nice and so sweet. She don't sound rough and hard like how most sisters is talking to you. You understand? Most sisters don't even say good morning. Look you dead in your face, won't open their mouth. That's why when emergency and tragedies come, most sisters end up being on their own because they're so damn evil and so damn rude all the time. You understand? Many sisters are like that. They've forgotten the purpose that the Lord made them a woman is to make people's day better. But they in such hell and captivity in the world, they usually having such a terrible day trying to chase all of their dreams and fulfill whatever they want, trying to find happiness, when chasing happiness is not how you get happiness. That's a lie that they sell to women. You chasing happiness don't make you happy. You understand? It make you poor. It make you sad. You understand? Life ain't about being happy. The scriptures say, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she yet liveth. Your life is not supposed to be about pleasure and what pleases you. That's a trap. It says, a strange woman's lips drop as honeycomb and her mouth is smoother than oil. She talks so nice and sweet. That's what O.J. Simpson thought. That's what Tiger Woods thought. Sugar Shane Mosley thought it. Young Jeezy thought that. Oh, it's so sweet. I'm going to get with this Asian woman. Life is going to be wonderful. I ain't going to have to argue and battle with her like no black woman, like no Latina sister. She going to listen to me and be nice and docile and submissive, just like that's what you think she's going to be. But her end is bitter as wormwood. Kanye West thought he got the new Marilyn Monroe. Then he lost custody of his 4 kids that he made with her, and she having sex with some man that get a tattoo of his kids on his chest. Crazy out of his mind. Pete Davidson, your woman that you done put on a pedestal and worship, this strange woman, she you understand, you couldn't get no black Latina sis. You had to go get you a Kardashian, the new Marilyn Monroe. And now look at you. You done destroyed yourself. He went with that Amber Rose with that bald head, and whatever she did to him, she sucked all the nigga out of Kanye West. All of it was gone by the time she was done with it. She drained all of the ethnicity out of him, and that brother had damn near lost his whole mind once their relationship was over. Then he went to get finished off by the Kardashian family. You understand? Everybody that deal with that Kardashian family end up messed up bad. Lamar Odom, he ended up on heroin with some trannies in a brothel, overdosing. Bruce Jenner ended up trying to say he's a woman now. You understand? All kind of madness come from that family. The Lord said the end of dealing with a strange woman is bitter as wormwood. You're going to weep bitterly. Tiger Woods spent $500 million. He split with some nanny because he had to have us nobody. Well, she knocked him upside the head, make him wreck his car. He lost his Schick endorsements for the Razor, his Buick endorsements, his Nike endorsements. He lost all of that in that divorce. Found out he was having sex with women, beating hoes up, all kind of madness, cheating on his wife. She got $250 million, and he got to go back to work. It says her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell. It's not better getting with a heathen woman. The Lord flooded the earth and unalived everybody but 8 people because of interracial marriage. We're going to skip down now to verse 9. It says, give not thine honor to others. Don't give your honor, your talent, your ability, your skills to another nation of people, and thy years unto the cruel. You're giving your years to a cruel nation. Why? Because you've integrated with them. Now, all the hard work that you're doing in the job, in the factory, in the business, in the city, you're raising up a family for who? So that the Kardashians can benefit off of all that black musical talent that you have as Kanye West. The Kardashian family is going to benefit from all the wealth that come from Kanye's 4 black kids that he made with Kim Kardashian. Nicole Brown Simpson's family is benefiting from Hearst rental cars all across the country because of the O.J. Simpson whole situation and everything, because he had to get a strange woman. He had to get a heathen woman. Sugar Shane Mosley, their whole family. If she had babies, this young Chinese baby, this is a black man, like Naomi Osaka. Naomi Osaka, the tennis player sister, she's a Levite. Her father is Haitian, her mother is Japanese. She in the Olympics, she in all the sports events and arenas, she not representing Haiti. Haiti not getting the credit for this bad sister that's doing all this tennis, winning these tournaments at 22, 23. Haiti don't get that credit. Japan gets the credit. She couldn't even go to school with the Japanese kid because she was dark skinned, and it would be horribly cruel to her and not accept her. Her and her sister had to be homeschooled. But who gets the credit for this talent from this Levite sister? The Japanese. That's what it's talking about. You give your years to the cruel and your honor to others. The honor is supposed to stay with us. Lest strangers be filled with our wealth. We integrated. Who has our wealth now in the black community? The Chinese, the Arabs, the Africans, the East Indians. It's the same in Jamaica. It's the same in Central and South America. It's the same in Trinidad. They getting rich, and the honor of being a Jamaican, they get to split it. They still get to be Chinese and Dutch and Irish, like Kamala Harris, whose father is a white Irishman who owned slaves, but they get the reputation of being Jamaica because your honor for being the slaves that built up and made Jamaica great and powerful and winning all the Olympics doing the running, that honor now goes to white slave owners and the East Indians and everybody else, because strangers are now filled with our wealth because we integrate. We went into slavery with integration. You understand? And thy laborers be in the house of a stranger. Everything we build up goes to them, like these laptops, the video game, the computers, all the inventions we make strangers get. So now I'm going to skip down to verse 12. It says, and say, how I hated instruction. I didn't like to be corrected, and my heart despised reproof. I didn't want to be corrected. You understand? I've not obeyed the voice of my teachers. Is telling you, you Black, Latino, Native American, we are only allowed to marry each other. We are only allowed to be with each other, nor incline my ear to them that instructed me. I didn't listen to anybody that was trying to teach me. Now we're getting down to verse 15, of course, Paul's question. You understand? Drink waters out of thine own cistern. Your cistern is the waters that are for you. Running waters out of thine own well. What is this talking about? It's talking about your own people, your own woman. You understand? Don't go and get drinking from the waters for another people. Don't drink the Chinese man's waters. Let him have his woman. Let the Arab, African, and East Indian and the white man have his woman. God gave you a black woman, a Latino, a Native American woman. You understand? An Ephraimite, an Issacharite, a Gadite, a Judite, a Benjamite, a Reubenite. That's what God gave you. Drink from your own cistern. You understand? These waters is a resource that's available for you. Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad. You understand? And rivers of waters in the streets. Have your own cistern and the rivers of waters in your streets. What is it talking about? Let them be thine own and not strangers with thee. Don't make kids with the other nations of people. The fountains dispersed abroad is talking about the children that you are going to have, but don't make children with heathens. We had a big problem with this. That's what Nehemiah was talking about. That's what Jeremiah was talking about. We had a problem since the Garden of Eden. The sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair. It's saying don't have interracial relationships. Don't have sex with the women from the other nations. Don't give your son to marry the daughters of the other nations. This is all over the Bible. Everything is saying don't have interracial marriages. Let thy fountains, let them be thine own and not strangers with thee. These are our kids. They're our people. They're not half this and half that. They are 100% us. Now, if your mother is another nation of people, you understand, that does not make you half of what she is. I'm just using that as an example. This society would call you half white, half Asian, half Arab. You are only the seed of your father. You are 100% an Israelite, if your father is Black, Latino, or Native American, it does not matter what your mother is. But by you marrying a heathen, for you to successfully provide and build up a strong son or daughter, you are raising a heathen. I mean, you are raising a strong son or daughter that will strengthen a heathen's family, that will strengthen a heathen's family. If they go to the league or make some great success in life, they're going to use that success to take care of heathens because your mother is a heathen. If your father is a heathen, you're not one of us anyway. All right. So um it says there, where are we? Let thy fountain let thy fountain be blessed and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. That's how you know what all of this is talking about. It's talking about your woman. Let your fountain be blessed. The children that spring forth from you, that are everywhere, that are in the streets, that are all throughout the city, your sons and daughters, let it be you make children with your own people and keep the wife of your youth. You understand? You're supposed to take a woman when in your youth so that you can build a family and grow old together. You understand? That's the goal. That's the purpose. That's how it's supposed to be. Every other nation of people are getting married in their youth, not after they get their job, their career, their business. And now that you're 40 with all your money set in your ways, now you're going to go try to be attached to someone when you've been the boss of your life your whole life. That's a very difficult thing to do. That's why everybody is talking about it all on the internet. You understand? Calling it modern feminism and all of this old type of stuff and modern woman and all of this. Everybody's talking about it. You understand? Hey, shalom, brothers. Just make sure you sign in for attendance, whoever that is. All right. So that's Officer Kosapar's question. That's the breakdown of it. 15 and 18. All right. We way up over the time. The water, y'all hanging in there. Most High in Christ. All right. I got your question in the call. Anybody else? We're going to get to y'all questions. Ask them next week. With that, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We start out of 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. You are not in the ISUPK. You are not in the truth. You need to be in here. World War III is coming. America is falling. Civil war is coming. Everybody threatening civil war. Whether Trump win or lose, whether Kamala Harris win or lose, everybody threatening civil war. The senators talking about it, Trump talking about it. World War III is on the brink. You understand? Get in here. Get in here, Akim Akwafim. You understand? Get in here. All right. Rule for new brother and sister. When a brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to learn and share themselves of the world. After this 6-month period, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they have to get counsel from the head to speak to a brother or sister. You can call, contact your camp leader, let them know there's a brother or sister that you might be interested in, and they'll be able to take it, tell you from there, go from there, see about it, reach out to whoever, do whatever is necessary there. But you do not just take it upon yourself to go and just exchange numbers and start trying to court and create some link, something like that. We got a thing and protocol in the school to make sure that we keep order, just like every good father keeps order over his house. Same thing is in here, all right? We building a nation, not your individual desire or whatever. You understand? After that 6-month period of being approved to court each other, there's an additional 6-month period, and the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment in the Bible. Numbers, you understand, it's in the Numbers. All right. It's also in the book of Malachi. I think it's chapter 3, verse 8. You understand? 10% of every penny of the increase the Lord gives you, give to the school. Go to isupk.com, put your amount, put it right on there to email you a receipt right to your email there. All right. 90% of what you get belongs to you. 10% belongs to the Lord. The Lord's portion can only be given to the Lord by you giving it to the ISUPK, because Commander General Yohana is the only man the Lord put in charge over all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans on planet Earth, while Christ sits on the throne in heaven. All right. Upcoming High Holy Days. The High Holy Days will be coming up. You'll be notified by the correspondence of High Holy Day Department, whatever city or zone that you are in. And lastly, if any brother wants to become a troop in the school, they're to be in all black. Black boots, shirt, pants, headband, war scarf. Contact the ISUPK school in whatever city or state that you are in. Let them know you want to be a trooper in the school. They'll tell you exactly what to do from there. All of our numbers and information are publicly listed all over the internet, all of our social medias at the end of most of our videos and speakings. Anywhere you look, you can find the Isupk wherever is closest to you. All right. You a sister, you cannot be a trooper in the school, but you do need to call the school and let them know that you want to be a sister in the school so you can get in touch with the correspondence, be directed to exactly what you need to do, get the proper counseling and everything taken care of. All right. And with that, like this video, like, share, subscribe, check out all the other videos on this page and this channel. Upcoming next classes, the Lashawan Kwadash class Friday night, Officer Yagadar, Officer Matazar Korah, teach a hell of a class being here, learn to read, write, and speak the ancient Hebrew. Must learn your language. With that, one courtesy salute to the brothers, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatham, to the sisters, Yahweh Shamar, by Hashem Yahweh Shah. The water for y'all tuning in, the water for y'all support. Like, share, subscribe. With that, shalom. All right.
Talk to me. Played the horn of the Lord and served other gods. Remember the days of old, we the lost tribes. They don't believe the Bible. They say a white man wrote it, but still celebrate them holidays from white men, don't they? Like Christmas and Thanksgiving appetites. I don't even see my closest family half the time. Going out ain't an option, I won't compromise. I got integrity and more heart than Valentine. Kyrie tweeted a book they sell on Amazon, owned by the same folks that told them to apologize. Remember slaves couldn't read, wasn't allowed. So it's meaning when I tell you I'm black and I'm proud. Murdered us with the sword, that's how we learned religion. Community standards violate my First Amendment. Discontinue from my heritage under these bastards. Life a bitch, they make up lies and give you public lashes. I understand they confused by who the devil is. Why my people get so mad when I tell them this? Valley of dry bones, my niggas skeletons. It's hectic out there, hope you checking on your relatives. Brotherhood, that's where my weapon is. And I never let these crackers take it from you. Real talk, you probably never heard this all of your life. Be careful, cause that thing you love, it'll cost you your life. Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood. Long as we got each other, my nigga.
Yeah.
We build this shit.
Nigga, I done lost family, I done lost friends. Day one, niggas thought was riding to the end. Still showed up, put in that work. Hide behind a smile while I'm walking with this hearse. Some nights I felt alone, most nights I felt cold. Some nights I drove around, I ain't wanna go home. Nigga, I ain't never been, nah, I ain't never fold. Follow orders like a soldier doing what I'm told. Even when the council wasn't making any sense, I ain't never doubted, I just put it to the test. Days I was fucked up and down to my last cent. Reaching in my pockets, only coming up with lint. I'm talking even on the days that I couldn't pay my rent. I put it down for my brothers, ain't spared no expense. If I ever got bent, caused an offense, please forgive you, brother, Lord, that ain't what I meant. See that brotherhood a weapon, fight against deception. When something taken from you, then it's just a blessing. Shorty really loved me, gave me everything she got. And I'm sorry, baby girl, if I ever broke your heart. Man, mistakes that I made, don't know if they'll fade. Moving with a heavy heart, living with the pain. Take away the shame, wash away the stain. Praying to the Lord for the days that I was Cain. Sheesh.
Long as we got each other, my nigga. Cause we build this shit on brotherhood.